Ladies and gentlemen, very welcome to the first showcase of 2021. It is good to see they are all, there's 81 participants from all Peninsula, Sabah and Sarawak. Very good. Our district in 3310 has got then DGE in. Okay, good, welcome. Now the purpose of the showcase, as we discussed earlier, is to highlight some of the projects that Zero has done so far to sort of guide new clubs, new people who needs to have some ideas of how projects are done, and to tell them how funding is achieved, is obtained, and also to tell them what kind of benefit, how wide a beneficiary are there. Okay, we have a wide range of product ranging from urban farming to milk for babies to girls' laptop in Tampin. Okay, so that's the purpose of this. There were quite a few. Of course, we have to look, screen through and pick each one based on the easy to implement and also difficult to implement based on the variety that we're going to pick. So there will be 10 presentations today. Okay, so without so you roughly know that's the purpose of this today's showcase. You are free to open to questions. There will be questions and answers session, and there will be a panelist of 2 distinguished Rotarians to sort of debate after 5. There are 2 sessions, 5 presentation. There will be a panelist sitting in to sort of discuss the projects and things like that. I'm very heartwarming today. We have already reached 90 participants. It's good, and it's going to be a long day. We have got people from Tawau right down to people from D310, DGE Leo, Dolly. Dolly is there. Okay, good. Now DG is ready. Are you ready, DG Teo?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
I'm waiting.
We will have DG Teo giving his welcome address to everybody. Over to you, DG Teo.
Thank you, PIG Ken. Good afternoon to everyone who's present here. My heartfelt gratitude to the District Community Service Committee Chair, PIG Ghana, and the entire organizing committee, including PI Chair, PIG Raj, for working so diligently in coming out with this community service showcase seminar as part of the Rotary Day celebration to stimulate, coordinate, and promote club service projects within the district. Community service is one of the 5 avenues of service which encourages Rotarians to offer their service to the communities, and every club and every Rotarian assumes a responsibility to find ways to improve the quality of life for those in their communities and to serve the public interest. Community service from the start of Rotary defines the very core of Rotary's character. It gives us the opportunity to serve, to change lives. It gives us the opportunity to exemplify our motto, service above self. It is our vision that together we see a world where people unite to take action and to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. It doesn't stand alone. Meaningful projects which could increase our impact, expand our reach, engage participants, and increase our ability to adapt will eventually take us the many extra miles and appeal to others to join us. When we grow more, then we have the capacity to do more. In this very trying and challenging time of the COVID-19 pandemic, where we have to realign many of our priorities, I'm happy to note that we as Rotarians have risen to the occasion and continue to come forward to serve the communities in need. The showcase of club projects today, we have a lot of ideas to share, to learn, and to evaluate. I understand that many more clubs wanted to showcase their projects, but due to the time constraint, we have no choice but to keep the number to 10. My friends, in this very difficult time, Rotary and our service are all the more needed. This is the first ever standalone virtual community service showcase seminar. I thank the organizing committee for the commendable effort put in, and to everyone, and have an enjoyable session. Thank you. Thank you very much for your participation. Enjoy.
Thank you, DJ Teo, yes, for an inspiring speech. Now we have a small gambit, video gambit to introduce today's event. Can I have Dina launching up the video?
Yes.
Are you there?
Yep.
Can you launch the video?
Give me a second.
Stop the spread.
Can you see it? Can you see my screen?
You can see. Just play.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. And together, we turn great ideas into reality by accessing our networks, our experience, and the best of ourselves to make a difference. Around the world, Rotary brings leaders together to build new friendships and to solve problems. Like in Austria, where generations work side by side to come up with innovative ways to build sustainable housing and community centers. Everyone learning from each other. In India, volunteers run a mobile blood bank to help provide a steady blood supply for their local community. And in Taiwan, people are working hard to get vulnerable citizens the support and services they need. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. In your backyard and around the world, there's power in our connections. Take action with us. Find out more at Rotary.org.
Thank you. That's a little introduction to people. Now, before I invite the next speaker, can I have the Rotary Club of Tampin on a standby? Because after the next speaker will be presenting your event, you have to do all your slides and click all directly from you, okay? Because we don't want to be telling the moderator to next the event. Now, I'm very pleased also to note that as I glance through, there are about 6 district governors, past district governors, 7, I just read 7 from both 3300 and 3310. It is indeed a very good Sunday that we have so many people here. Who is sharing? Who is sharing? No, you don't share yet. Who is that? Who is? No, you only share after the next speaker. Now, of course, to lead the community service group is none other than Hygiene from Rotary Club of Greater KL. He's going to do his presidential, the group chairman address now. Over to you, PAG Ngana. Your mic is off. Your mic is off.
Can you hear me?
Yes, good.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Rotary Kenpe. Good afternoon to the District Governor, Teo Kwan Swee, past district governors, future district governors, district officers, club leaders, fellow Rotarians, family and friends, and Rotarian from District 3310. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you all on a Sunday afternoon to spare your time for this valuable showcase organized by the district committee, that is a community service committee, and this is the first of its kind where we have organized in this district. We have received several applications on the day that we sent out the forms to all the 84 clubs, but then the committee decided, due to time constraint and many other reasons, to only take 10 clubs in different areas of services. And doesn't mean there are other clubs who was not successful for today's showcase. It doesn't mean that they have not done a good job. They all have done a very good job. In fact, that one too many have done a good job, but we have no choice. We have to take only the 10. And as you have seen in the video clip just now, that is power in our connections. Now, what is this power that we have in Rotary? It's we. We have the power to connect the people who are there, who needs us, whereby we can give them services, provide them in areas such as education, sanitation, literacy, and many other areas. Notwithstanding with this, most of all in the Rotary clubs, you look at it, community service is the biggest area that you look at. When we do a service, the whole club gets together to the ground and we'll join hands. We create a good brother and sisterly relationship, and the satisfaction that we get from doing a service to the community at large, it is beyond explanation. So what I would like to emphasize here is we as a Rotarian should keep doing good for all those people who needs us. Now, another area which I like to just stress here is, in the time of pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, there are clubs still carry on with their good work, good services. Now, other than the services, even Rotary, we can give a helping hand for people who are facing loss of jobs and everything. This is the power that we have today. That the power that we have, we can connect the people who need, all those who don't have jobs, we can get them somewhere another job with a salary. And these are the good things that we are having it. So please, my humble request, let's keep doing the good work, not only today, tomorrow, and for the rest of our life, for the people who need us. And last but not least, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my committee who has taken the trouble to attend the meetings and to get this the showcase program on today. Now, first and foremost on the list, our ex-official, District Governor Teo Kwan Swee. Thank you, District Governor, for all your support that you have given to us. Every single call you immediately take, and you would give us a good, positive reply. Our advisor, Dr. Siva Anandan, Dato PAG Annamalai, District Secretary Shirley, PAG Frankie RC Satyawan, Past President Adrian Linus from RC Alosta, Past President Cecilia Matuja from RC Bukit Kiara, Past President Christina RC Seremban, Past President Dr. Sri Kumar from RC Butterworth, Past President Subra from RC Bukit Jalil, Past President Tani Malay from Rotary Club at Tanjung Bunga, Past President Yin Ken Pei, RC Damansara-West, our public image, Past President Raj from RC Subang, Past President PAG Wong from Rotary Club at Greater Kuala Lumpur, Past President Raja Renu from RC Malawati, Sally Teo, the District Secretary, Soon E Hui, to all my committee members, I thank you all. And please spend the time to see all the showcases for all the 10 clubs and enjoy the evening. Thank you. I'll pass it over to the moderator.
Thank you, Chairman. It is indeed heartwarming to see, and now I see the number has grown up to 131. We are here to learn. We are here to learn what others have done, how they go about doing it. A lot of these projects are very hard. A lot of effort and a lot of energy has put in. Now, before much ado, this pandemic has really caused a lot of problem. Children are not able to go to school, and not all families have got computers. Now, to start off with, I think the person who was in charge of all the second-hand laptop, PAG, PDG, Siti Zubaida, has started this project called Laptop for the Students in the Pandemic. And one of the leading club, our IPDG, Leo, has started distributing to the people, the students who need the computers for their studies. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'll pass the floor to Rotary, to past District Governor Leo.
Thank you, Ken. Allow me to share screen.
Ken, everybody is allowed to share screen.
Okay, can all of you see the screen and hear me?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Okay, so the project called Student a Laptop Project, and the project description, the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has seriously interrupted our student education with the prolonged closure of school due to MCO. Classes are conducted online, and our students from the lower income group, B40 group, who cannot afford the necessaries are left behind, particularly those who are preparing for the SPM examination. Now more than ever, every student needs a laptop. Hence, the Rotary Club Tampin participated in the district post-COVID-19, a student a laptop project, by providing Form 5 deserving students preparing for their examination with refurbished laptop, ensure they have connectivity to pursue study online. Who are the beneficiaries? To date, 10 Form 5 students from the B40 grade were given a laptop for them to study online, and also guided them on how to sign up for the SPM courses online free of charge, provided by our strategic partner, BAC Education Group. Funding for this project, I personally contributed 200,000 to COVID-19, the relief fund through Yayasan Club Rotary in the year when the governor, 2019-20. The balance 40,000 was then carried forward to COVID-19 laptop project. So total 6,000 for $600 for each refurbished laptop for the 10 B40 students. How this project helped to strengthen our club brand? The project generated good publicity for Rotary Club Tampin, as not many other NGOs doing much in our local community in times of COVID-19 pandemic. Chinese press coverage has indeed strengthened our club brand, as you can see on the news clipping. How did this project benefited our members and club development? It rallied our members to do more in volunteering in times of COVID-19 pandemic for the community. this project has opened opportunities for the club development, particularly to start the club, satellite club in Kemenche, where the Lions members will consider joining us because the Lion Club is not active. Learning points from this project is very simple. Nothing is more satisfying than doing good. Real happiness is helping others. And I will show you a video of this testimony of this student whose mother is the Indonesian maid, domestic maid, who goes from house to house to do daily calls and married to a local. And she had been following her studies using the handphone. And this is a testimony of her. So it is in Mandarin. Just hold on. Not playing.
谢谢 Rotary 给我就是这个免费的电脑，给我比较轻松的上网课，因为之前上网课都需要用到电话，然后真的很谢谢 Rotary 给我这个免费的电脑。
Okay, that's a short video from her. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the organizing committee for this, to give us the opportunity to share this project with you all. Thank you. Over to you, moderator.
Ken, you have to unmute, please, Ken.
Ken, you are muted.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, IPDG. It's indeed very good to hear that students are getting laptop to attend their classes, especially those who are sitting for exams, Form 4 and Form 5 students. Now, this is a very short 2-3 minute question and answer that I have. Can I have the first question? Anybody who wants to put up a question? No, do you have any question as to us? Danmish, are you asking? No, if not, we will proceed, because now, for your information, after every 5 presentation, there will be a panelist. And today, we are very, very fortunate to have the first 5 presentation. There will be a small panel discussion, about 15 minutes. And this will be conducted by none other than PDG Bhaskaran and PDG Leslie for the first 5 presentation. The next 5 presentation will be handled by none other than IPDG Leo. He will be one of the panelists, and also PDG's Siti Subaidar. If you have any questions, you can still pop in there and ask and see what our learned and esteemed panelists will have to comment on each project. Now, so if there's no basic question to ask, let's move on, because we have a long day. Now, we would like to see what Seremban has done. Now, President of Seremban, are you ready? President Lata. President Lata, are you there?
I'm Lata. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can you take over?
Yes, I do. You want me to play the video of my?
You can do
I
the
think,
presentation
sorry,
yourself.
Ken, I'll play the video.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you, Raj.
You take over, Raj.
No, it's still you. Sorry.
Thank you, Raj. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can, President.
Thank you. I'm Snehalata Raman. I'm the president of Rotary Club of Seremban. So now let me talk about my project. What we did was wardrobe for you. This is a post-flood relief project. I didn't do anything during the flood. After 2 weeks, then we did a survey and we did this project. Why? Then I'll explain to you all shortly. Let me go to the screen. This is a drastic flood. Flash flood hit the area of Rasa, a small area in Seremban on the 4th of November. And that has impacted many families, especially in the area of Kampung Pasir, Happy Garden and Moksum. It's like a 6 feet high. I mean, sorry, it's about 4 feet high. The flood came, so the whole house was like wiped out. Not one or two, all area. Whichever I'm trying these 3 places, all these 3 areas, the whole place was wiped out. The flood victims lost all the belongings, clothes, furniture, and extra. This project is to provide wardrobe to 120 families around Rasa area, Seremban, and also to give away a sewing machine to a deserving single mother. And this is the single mother who are the beneficiary is about 100 families around the Seremban area, the Kampung Pasir, Happy Garden, and Taman Moksum. It's actually 120 families, but some family needed more wardrobe, so that's why I put it as 100 families. A single mother who, with the 3 children, they are college students, lost her main income. Though she's a security guard, but this tailoring is a main income too. She works overnight for this to support her children. So she lost a machine due to this. So we provided a sewing machine to her. And then how do we apply for this funding? Immediately, I was advised by our Rotary club members that we should apply for the district Yayasan fund for this. But then when the amount was very small, I needed urgently, I contacted DGTO, and immediately within about 4 or 5 days, he approved these funds. Not even 4 or 3 days, I got these funds help from DGTO. And also when I got this news, they posted in the district news, Dr. Siwa came and donated 1,000 ringgit for this. So when I said I need to buy a sewing machine, he donated this money for us. And through this project, we managed, what this club did. Through this project, we managed to expand awareness of Rotary Club to our local community. During the distribution, we carry our name, Rotary, we printed, we will let them know that we are from Rotary Club of Seremban, what we do, only then we give the wardrobes. And this indirectly brought a publicity to my club. This project also enhance, what does this to my club? This project also has a esprit de corps for among our members, which we work together. So opportunity to increase membership also there, because after this we received a call from our one of the potential Rotarian who is interested to join our club, and we still are talking to him. Is in offshore, so once he comes, then we'll get him to a membership. What are the learning points from this project? Very simple. It can rain. Can you see the photos? You can see it was raining. So this was on the Deepavali Eve when we distributed. It came on the eve, and then from morning until 7 o'clock at night we were distributing. It was hot, damn hot, until Christina nearly fainted. Our PT Christina, we have to put her in the side of the car, and then we continued distributing. Another half we did on the second Deepavali from morning till evening where it was raining. We still never stopped. They were asking, President, do you want to stop? I said, no, we are going to finish distributing because they need a celebration. So we give this away on that. So that's how we did this project. And I really thank to the district for the help, and then to Dato' Siva, which came forward to help us in this project. Thank you everyone for giving me the opportunity. I'm sorry, I forgot to say greeting to all the PDGs, district governor, and all here. Good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, President. That was a good insight how we can help, whether during the flood or after the flood. There are many opportunities and many areas that you can look for community work to do. And of course, our district responded in this case very, very urgently to Yayasan grant for the project. It's good. Keep it up, Rotary Club of Seremban.
I'd like to interrupt. I was questioned by even Rotary Club, other clubs called me, and even community from Seremban, they contacted me. Even my club members asked me, why President, it helped, it's already flood, people are helping, why you're not moving? And it's only Rasa, I think somebody Seremban know, it's a small area, a lot of people, it can be NGOs and other local communities helping. Too many things were delivered to them. And after that, after a week, myself and Christina went down and did a survey for 2 days, and we got to know what they need. Then only then we came with the wardrobe to help.
Okay.
I would highlight it.
Everybody will jump into a project the moment a disaster occurs. So it is good that after post-event, they still need help. The community that has what you call suffer so much, definitely it's good of your club to go in to look into the needs of this community. Now, the next one is from Damansara-West. But before that, can I have President-elect Angeline stand by from Bukit Jalil. Can you stand by with the hygiene project? Can you stand by first? The next one will be from Damansara-West. Now, Damansara-West also saw a need, not exactly during the COVID, but during the post-event that people lost jobs and people have no food on the table. And that is not as critical because adults can still go out and get food, but babies can't. So ladies and gentlemen, Damansara-West Rotary Club will present milk for babies. Can I have Peter Chi? Meanwhile, can President-elect Angelina, can you stand by, please? Peter Chi, can you take over, President Peter Chi?
Yep, sure. Thank you very much. Can I start sharing my screen?
Can.
Thank you. Okay, I thank you very much. First and foremost, very good afternoon to all the VIPs of 3300 and 3310. It's a great pleasure for us to present our project. Our project is called Milk for Babies. I would like to start off by showing you the video clip of the actual action of the project in movement. And I would like to thank President Tony of RC Tawa for doing this video clip. Fantastic. This is just the start of the project. They have about 12 villages to visit. This is just the first one and of this village, there are 85 babies getting milk powders. There's another 400 over babies waiting to collect their milk powders. So I'll just start off with this one. Sorry. I put it on full screen, sorry. Yeah.
The sound. Peter, your volume, there's no volume sound there. Louder.
I think he didn't click share audio, but it's okay. Let's watch the visual.
The song is by Michael Jackson, Heal the World. Thank you, President Peter.
Yeah, can I carry on? Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yeah. Okay, the video clip just now introduced you to the actual distribution of milk powder to the babies. How we get into this project is you have to look back in November 2020 when the ophthalmologist department of the government hospital requested us to help them to distribute food aids to the poor and PPE for the hospitals. And we got into this together with College of Ophthalmologists and the Academy of Medicine in Malaysia, where they provide us monies to buy the PPEs and food and all that. And of course, the very strong support from the director herself, Dr. Hajia Nur Fariza, the picture on the left. And we had to work with three clubs work together. That's Damansara-West, where we did all the packing and before we send it over. And the receipt on the KK side by Rotary Club of Kota Kinabalu Pearl, and also Rotary Club of Tatawau. So that was a very successful job, a very successful project where we were lucky to get the TUDM, the Air Force, to send over all the parcels. Otherwise, we would have headache for that. So there, after that, the distribution to the hospital, and also we did some food distribution on the ground by the two clubs there. So after that, Dr. Fariza insisting on calling for a meeting to all the clubs that have helped and all the doctors of the various hospitals involved. So we had a Zoom meeting, and it was brought up by Tawau that there are a lot of babies needing milk. So that's how we got into this project of, okay, let's go into it. Dr. Fariza was very supportive of it. He said, we will support you. The rest you take over and handle it. So that's how we got into the project. Now I would like to call on my service chair, Kok Sun Wat, to carry on with our presentation. Kok, please. Kok.
Okay, now this is the from Hospital Tawau. Actually, this project. Why this project is because the RC Tawau is the one who requests for the help. Said that there's a lot of babies, they still need milk powder to survive, and a lot of them during that pandemic, a lot of their parents lost their jobs, and a lot of single mothers, single family that request. So I did personally call President Tony to check with President Tony, say how many people that they would like in their list to help. And President told me that they at least need 200. So I based on the calculation, 200 babies and 2 packs per day, and for 6 months, that is too much. So after we do the calculation, including the College of Ophthalmology fund, which is about 30,000, and to be exact, College of Ophthalmology is 29,000 plus. So based on that, and including our 4C that we can collect, we can only help 80 babies, which can come up to about almost like 50,000. So end up we say, okay, then we just can handle 80 babies only. But President Tony a bit upset because he said there's about 2,100 kids in the list. So end up we managed to collect more than 500 babies fund for that, which we can support the 500 babies for 6 months of continuing the support them with the milk powder. Okay. So what is our plan of action is we will be collecting the fund, and Rotary Club of Tawau President Tony will distribute the powder to these to all the kampungs that they select. So these are the list of the kampung that President Tony give it to us. There's about total about 513 kids need to be fed. After this one is our blast out to all the publics that we said we need the help for the babies, which is urgently in Sabah. And immediately after this blast out, about 2 weeks time, we managed to collect more than 40,000 from the about 30,000 from the public, from the Rotary Club of various Rotary clubs, Lions clubs, and this public. So these are the funds that we collect from various buildings. So College of Ophthalmology giving us 29,865 and 90 cents for the 1,375 package. Then 10 others lottery clubs which support us. We have a Lions Club donate as well, and we have a public and public fund is about 16,000, and most amused is our one of our PP is support us from their family, their kids, up to their mate who donate as well. So these are the club that supporting us, and without their help, this project won't be that successful. So we would like to thank RC Bandar Sungai Petani, RC Bandar Utama, RC Damansara, RC Johor Bahru, RC Kelana Jaya, RC Krian, RC Metro KL, RC Penang, RC Setiawan, and RC Subang for their big contribution in order for our project to be success. Thank you so much. So how will this project help to strengthen your club is because first thing, we through our gift of sight, because this gift of sight is already built our name of RC Damansara-West. So we get trust from the head of ophthalmology, and we have a better relationship with others club, and we establish our relationship with Rotary Club from district of 3310. And we have proven that we can deliver. So in what way did this project benefit member is teamwork is very important. And after we have this fellowship when working on the project, and we can have more project to come, and actually we are having a very tight string together with others clubs. So that's all from my presentation. So pass back to CP Ken.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Kong. Jun Kong is the Community Service Director for Damansara-West. It's indeed all the projects coming on stream. The third one, it's about addressing the needs of people. And I think through the many projects that have been submitted, all of us are very concerned that people out there are unable to have the access to basic food or basic medical, even basic shelter, as you will see in some of the coming projects. Okay, so is there any question, any particular question that he wants to raise at this point? Okay, you can of course contact any of the presenters as if you want to do similar project or you want to join them in the project. You can look up their names and contact the president to continue joining into the project. Now, if there's no question, we would like to move on. President-elect Angelina, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So President Angelina was coming. Okay. Over to you, President Angelina.
Yeah, good. You can go ahead.
You can see my slides, is it, everyone?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, my fellow Rotarians and all my leaders. Okay, today I'm presenting our club project, Hygiene Kit for Women. Okay, this one, we are targeting 3 groups for under B40 women's group, teenagers and women in refugee communities. Okay, due to this pandemic time, a lot of people lost their job and going through stress, and also a lot of health issue, especially women community. Like myself, I am also a mother of 2 children. Due to this COVID lockdown, my business and also my stress level are going up. Due to that, the stress level and also my health also having a problem. That's why I was thinking about how these B40 groups are going through. That's why we came with this hygienic kit program for these groups. And then we also educate and also our main theme for this project to educate concept of period poverty is to educate and also give them a health talk on how to get their hygienic and also giving them information to be a well-being. And also addressing social stigma like not attending school or informing their parents due to shame, and also making Rotary a 4-way runner in women's health and well-being program to help people cope with modern day living. This is the product that our hygienic sanitary pad that we are going to give over to the B40 groups. And also how we are going to funding and costing for this project. For this club funding, first we are going to get from our club members to kick off our project, and also our friends of Rotary. And we are going for crowdfunding, social media like Facebook, Instagram, and also WhatsApp business group, donation from corporate companies, awareness event in the future for the women needs. The costing of this project, this means per person is only 7 ringgit. That means 2 ringgit hygienic product, and also undergarments we are giving away 2 pieces is 5 ringgit. In what way does this project benefit the members, club development and Rotary bonding? Okay, being a part of assisting underprivileged women and family, means our Rotary members, enhance bonding, communication, social skills and membership development, to know their contribution of time, money and ideas going towards a good cause, and also Rotary involvement with schools to educate students on health. What are the learning points from this project? Okay, the learning point from this project that we are together, we can make a difference in people's life, and to create a stronger sense of community and educate our Rotarian on the many issues surrounding our community needs, and also personal enhance on explores to help the underprivileged in times need. Okay, thank you. This is from RC Bukit Jalil. And also I just I just like to announce next month is our International Women Days. Our club RC Bukit Jalil would like to kick off our program on that day. Thank you from me.
Thank you, President-elect Angelina. Project community service project can address many areas of needs. It is not necessary to have a huge project or grand project. It is each individual that you help, that you're able to change their life, make a difference. And that is most important. A lot of clubs sometimes don't understand, don't know what to do. Never mind, you just help one individual. It is crucial to that individual, and that helps. Okay, so we do what we can based on our manpower and what we have. Now, without further ado, is President Padma Devi around? President Padma from Rotary Club of Ipoh South.
Hi, I'm here. Can you hear me loud and clear?
So If there's no question for Bukit Jalil, President Ipoh South will take over.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Stop violence against women.
Stop the violence.
停止暴力，Menulis Vietnam。Kekerasan terhadap wanita. Stop domestic violence。大家一起站起来，停止暴力。
Stop domestic violence.
Menulis Vietnam。
Hentikan keganasan kepada wanita.
Thank you. Can I have Raj to play for me the slides? Raj, can I have the slides? Okay. A very pleasant afternoon to DGTO and to the entire project committee team to chosen Rotary Club of Greece to be part of the presentation today. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Padma Devi, the president of Rotary Club of Ipoh South. So today I'm going to talk about end the silence on the domestic violence. Okay, our programs aims to help up on the domestic violence. Can I have the slide? Next slide, Raj. Raj, next slide, please. Okay, Raj. Okay, next. Skip. Okay. Our aim. Our programs aims to help up on the domestic violence victims and the support system, especially for the B4 categories, addressing issues related to the social problem, which is a long exist in our social society. By displaying domestic violence stand with posters, working closely with the local health departments, clinics, and government sectors to educate women and also create awareness in the community. Secondly, provide support system for women of the children who experience crisis and injustice, at the same time assist them in the placement of temporary shelter through our support network. Besides that, we too assist victims in getting legal advice, counseling, and how to make reports, police reports, such as a Kauri report, full reports, and how to get emergency protection order, interim protection order, and protection order with the assistance of welfare assistant. Lastly, and not the least, helps to reduce and prevent abuse in the gender-based violence, to address the early intervention, not only for the victims, also to the abuser and the children, focusing on identifications, treatment, prevention, and deterrence of the family value. Sorry, for the family violence. Okay, can I have the next slide? Next slide, please. Okay, everybody, most of you will ask how, why, what is all about on domestic violence? Okay, let me explain. Domestic violence includes a wider definition under the Domestic Act, Violence Act in the 1994. The first amendment was done in the year 2012 when they added in emotionally abuse, mentally abuse, and psychological abuse. And the second amended act is in the year 2017. The latest one they added is Emergency Protection Order, EPO. Let me explain what is the Emergency Protection Order. Before that, we only have the Interim Protection Order and Protection Order. Emergency Protection Order, it's an order that you can obtain from the welfare department without making any police report. I repeat again, without making any police report, that you can get emergency protection order. This is the latest one, which is the act was amended in the year 2017 without making any police report, and the period that you can use is only 7 working days. After once it's expired, you can't renew back again, and then you have to jump to the interim protection order. So DV, what is DV? Domestic violence refers to the violence pattern behavior between the current or the former intimate partner that tries to put you into a power and control over the period of time to the other party. Domestic violence take forms in the different type of form. Physical that you can see the pain, the bruises, such as when someone beats you, you have a broken leg, injured yourself. So that what we can't see is the non-physical, that is emotionally abused, socially abused, mentally abused, financially abused, verbally abused, and also spiritually abused. So what we are going to do is to create awareness on the domestic violence, especially to the B4 category at the urban and rural areas, and also strengthening our partnership. Next slide, please. Strengthening our cooperations or our partnership between the different institutions and raising awareness among the victim and the general publics. Can I have go forward? Who will benefit? Definitely women. Women are the majority on the domestic violence. Definitely there is a man, but the percentage is very, very low. So the second goes to children, young people, and migrants. Next, please. Next. Sorry for the animations. Okay, what are the result intentions to achieve through this project and the programs? Definitely awareness, raising and enhancements of their capacity to fight against violence against women, better services and more systematic approach to assist the victims, to improvise the response system to victims of domestic and gender-based violence, and also improvise the partnership between the professional, such as government departments, such as Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat, under that is Welfare Department, KKM under the Ministry of Health, JPW, Jabatan Pembangunan Wanita under Ministry of Women, and also One-Stop Crisis Center. Many of us fail to understand what is the meaning of One-Stop Crisis Center. It's a department in general big hospitals where you have the trauma and emergency department. When the victim have problems or hands on the domestic violence, they can straight away access to the One-Stop Crisis Center. One-Stop Crisis Center was exist in the year 2007, but after 24 years, many of us fail to understand there is a department of One-Stop Crisis Center. Who are in the One-Stop Crisis Center? Actually, hospital staff, KKM will be there. JKM, Jabatan Kebajikan, and also police department. If you don't want to go to the police station to lodge a report, you can always go to this one-stop crisis center where you can get assist on district department rather than going to police station and then to JKM and then to KKM. It's better to go to other one-stop crisis center. Can I have the next slide, please? To get this rolling, definitely we need funds. We need funding. Okay. Okay. Can I have then? Okay. Our whole income, our whole project funds comes to 11,400. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our district grant team for granting us 4,000 ringgit Malaysia for this project, and the rest of the amount 7,400 was given by our well wishers and also from the RC Ipoh South members. Next, please. See the whole expenses, how we're going to utilize this amount is actually we wanted to display stands with folder full with cards. Each complete sets comes up to 280, and we intended to set up at 30 places that is working together hands-on, hands to hands with Kementerian Kesihatan, the local clinics, government clinics, and also government departments. That comes up to 8,400, and also organized seminars and talks in the various locations, especially to the B40 and rural area, with the support of the local community heads. That comes up with 100 ringgit, and for 30 locations, that comes up with 3,000. So far, we have done around 8 to 9 locations due to the pandemic, COVID pandemic. We could not move on, but we will definitely continue after the 4th May. Next slide, please. So everybody do ask, how do this project help to strengthen the brands? Definitely by creating awareness among the publics. Next, Raj, next, please. Next. Definitely by creating awareness. Next, please. Among publics, it also takes Rotary image by public image by itself and makes it more visible, which helps the volunteer, especially the women's and also the young bloods, to join the Rotary. Yeah, that's some of the project that we have done. At the left side is our AG Kamarul, and the right is the press conference. In the middle and the right hand side when we are doing awareness project. Next slide, please. In what way do this project benefit the members? Definitely, it's a teamwork. Without the teamwork, we can't move forward. Next is the fellowship. How do we contribute to the community and to our club itself, and also enhance our networking, educate, connect, and last, definitely we have to enjoy doing it. Next slide, please. This is some of our learning curve. Okay, networking and cooperations with the government body, as I mentioned before, working together hands-on, and together with JKM, Jabatan Kebajikan, and also JPW, Jabatan Pembangunan Wanita, with the KKM, Ministry of Health, and also the bigger jargons NGOs, I believe the Women's Aid Organization in Kuala Lumpur and WCC in Penang. So we work also with other NGOs and members have the opportunity to provide leadership and support when it really matters. Next slide, please. We have some of the programs that we have done. Next slide, please. Next. Okay, at our left side, we have our immediate past president, Asogan, one of our project. At the right hand side is Pengarah of Jabatan Pembangunan Masyarakat Negeri Perak, Miss Kawa Subramaniam, and on top is our team is AG Kamarul, IPP Asogan, PAG Henry, Rotarian Umi, and myself. At the bottom is one of the project at Klinik Kesihatan Tanjung Murukan. Okay, next please. Okay. Before I would over my slide, I would like to thank you for DGTO and the whole project team for giving me an opportunity to produce or to show our our project on DV. Let me share something. Domestic violence is not something is new in our country and to the world. It's something is going generation. But how do we want to? Definitely, we cannot put a full stop on DV, but we can reduce it. Especially during the pandemic COVID time, we have a 4 times increment. When you talk about the statistics, it's a 4 times increase during the pandemic. So we have many women are stuck at their home. They could not move, don't know how to communicate with other sources, other NGOs. This is where when we comes in, and with the support of the, we have the child line, we have the Kalian Noor Kase, I would like to say 15999 that you can access 24 hours. This is the child line for the domestic violence and also child sexual abuse. We can access them in 24 hours. Okay, thank you once again to all the entire team for unwavering attention throughout this project, and cheers and sayonara from Rotary Club of Ipoh South. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sayonara.
Thank you, President Devi. I think it's a very interesting project. I think it's something that is very little spoken about. A lot of domestic violence, but a lot are kept under wraps. I mean, I personally seen when the mother wanted to go for, the mother of the family wanted to go for cataract surgery, they fight over it. The husband said, "Oh, nobody's going to cook," and then we end up that he beat. Don't you ever tell the volunteers that you want to go for surgery because nobody cooked. Nobody cooked, and there was a lot of violence at the end. Very saddened by that. I think your club, Ipoh South, is doing a very good job to that. Now we have a little time before we go to the panelists. Now, as I browse through the chat group here, there are plenty of comments saying good. You all should browse through and see there are a lot of comments on good project been done. But there is one particularly question we would like to address to President Lata. President Lata, are you in the Zoom?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, they are. A lot of people are wondering, a small magical box. They want to know. I roughly know what is inside, how it's been, but they just want to hear from you. What is inside that magical shelf?
You mean that box, inside the box, is it?
Yes, yes. There was
actually, let me explain. I wanted to, when we did a survey, there are people came and said, there was not so much of truth there when you walk in. There are people was all crying to say that I need that, I need groceries. I know PJ Club even some people claim they need that, and this when we surveyed, actually there's all they have extra. That means people have contributed extra, too many things in their house. A lot of people have walked in. So we saw the clothes was down there. So that's when all the houses, they have no cupboard. So we decided of a wardrobe. So I said to Pipi Christina, I said, let's go for wardrobe. So when we went for wardrobe, I called IC Digitio, if you can remember. I called and I spoke to him about this. And he said, what you all need? I said, we need wardrobe. So he said, okay, then come to me with a proposal. So actually, I was looking for some kind of wood wardrobe and everything. That time, Gary, I think our district chair, Gary, on this disaster, he said, no, this is like a portable wardrobe.
The plastic one.
He said because this area was very prone to flood. It was second heat again. So he said, if you give anything in the wood, it will wash out again. It was until this height. People have to run the water. So the whole house. So he said, it's not advisable, we give this. So it was quite huge, big. It was small. And PhD Gary, immediately he arranged with his contacts, and it was delivered. It was quite big wardrobes. So they have to fix. I didn't dare to go in and fix for them. We just collected. So that's why I couldn't take the picture of it.
President Atai, you mean that it's like a transformer box, and you open up, it comes out to be very big. And you can,
it's like a big, but you have to fix.
So you and I can go inside there.
You can go in, and I can go in. Yes, you are right. Both can go in.
The question, there's answers to the question that is asked in the chat group. You are still, all of you, please ask questions if you want to find. Go to the chat group. I'm monitoring the chat group looking for questions, but I see a lot of compliments given to all the projects here. Now, it's 3:15. I think we'll move on to further. Now, we have two very distinguished past district governor, Leslie Salahuddin and Dr. Bhaskaran, who will now dwell into the finer points of the 5 projects that have been showcased now, to tell us guide the other new Rotary clubs or Rotary clubs that are just starting, or Rotary clubs looking for projects. How can they maybe follow or maybe learn from all these lessons that people ask me how to raise money, people ask me what to do. It doesn't matter what you do. as long as it helps an individual. So ladies and gentlemen, now that is your distinguished, now all hair white because of the pandemic, PTG Leslie, and no headache, Dr. Bhaskaran, no headache. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hand the floor over to our panelists, let them brief about the 5 projects, and then you may still ask questions. I'm watching the chat group. Over to you, Dr. Bhaskaran and PTG Leslie. Who should take the floor first?
Alphabetical order first, Bhaskaran.
Senior is Leslie. Leslie is my senior.
Oh, Leslie is a senior.
We go by alphabetical order, Bhaskaran.
We'll never end that.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead, Bhaskaran, go ahead, please.
it's a very enjoyable afternoon. I felt all the 5 projects are different. Each dealt with a problem that's different from the other club. But what is interesting is most of these projects are done by clubs with not a very big membership. Some of them, like for example, Damansara-West, Ipoh South, for example, their membership is small. So what it shows is that you don't have to have a lot of members in order to do great projects. What's most important is the heart. You must have the heart. You must have that passion for Rotary. So that's the first thing I observed. Secondly, when I was listening to the project from Sneha, many a times we have a tendency to look the other way around. Whenever there is an floods or whenever there is an emergency in our area, and we always assume someone else will do the project. So I have to admire Sneha and the Seremban Club for taking it up as their own project. And I think you worked with a few volunteers, right, Sneha? You had some other volunteers from other groups, or it is just a Rotary project?
No, PDG it's like district. I got fund from district, but the project we about 10 hours from our club only was walking around and delivering house by house. We went around to 120 houses. In fact, somehow people are still was running after us. I was asking for wardrobes. So we delivered later. It was not from the district money, but then it was occupied. But that's all totally from our club. We never had any other members join us.
But the fact is, you went even in the rain.
Rain, yeah, with the umbrella and Deepali Eve until 7 o'clock. Thank God my husband never said anything about it. And the second day, Deepali also, I was on the Rotary. He was so supportive. He said, "Do it. You give it.
I think
come back."
It's a demonstration of your leadership.
Thank you.
Sometimes it takes a leader to move the club. So the size of the project is not important. It's the heart, it's the passion with which you do a project that really makes a difference. And what you should do is, in your case, like Seremban's case, there should be a follow-up. You should probably go back to the community, assess their needs, and work with other NGOs because we can't handle it all by ourselves. So probably you can work with the other NGOs and keep going the work and try to promote the name of Rotary as much as possible, because sometimes in the hurry for us to carry out the project, we forget to inform them that we are Rotarians. So maybe some way when maybe some of the things you gave, you could have put Rotary International, put some sticker or banner or something like that, make them aware that it is our project.
Classes,
Otherwise,
each houses we showed and we say we're Rotary Club for Seremban. You could see we printed a sticker. All of us were carrying to say Rotary, 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 and walking. People Christina too. We did that actually. We printed and we walked with that to show we are from Rotary Club of Seremban.
As for Damansara-West project, I have the greatest admiration for that project because there are a few things that I was very impressed with that project because they had partners in service. They had a Rotary Club in Davao, and they also worked with the Lions, Rotary Clubs in 3300, and also the ministry. You worked with the Ministry of Health, right?
Right.
Ken, you work at the Ministry of Health. I think the good thing about your project is because you have been dealing this kind of things through the I project for many years. So you have developed networking. So that networking is always very useful for any project to become very successful. And I believe your project, I really don't know what to say, but a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, but successfully completed. As for Padma, Rotary Club Ipoh South project, I was very impressed with this particular project because it's a project that not many of us dare to get in.
Yeah.
It's a project that we try to avoid because we think it's impossible for Rotarians to do anything about this. So this is our biggest problem in our community,
Yeah.
where we try to pass the job to someone else.
Yes, yes.
So if each one of us take the initiative, and yours is a very small club,
Yeah.
7 or 8 members, and again, it's a demonstration of your leadership.
Yeah.
You are very passionate, and I think you are able to inspire your club members to take on this challenge.
Yes.
And I see that you have put in a lot of trouble to, I saw your presentation, your video was very good.
Yeah.
I like that video. And sometimes you must also take a video where a man is being hit also.
Yeah.
I heard men also got abused sometimes.
Mentioning to you, there is cases, but it's very, very minimal. It's not important. We have.
I support you,
Yeah.
Dr. Basu.
And I think one thing, Padma, what I would advise you is you have to make sure that this project of yours should not die in your year.
No, no, definitely I'm going to carry it.
We need to ensure that there is continuity.
Yes.
And you need to get all your future leaders involved.
Yes.
You need to look for resources.
Yeah.
And you need to look for partnership.
Yes.
You cannot do it on your own. You need to get the ministry involved.
Yes.
You need to get the state government involved.
Yeah.
And I guess one day it may become a big project in our district.
Yeah. Like Para State, I think Jabatan Pembangunan Wanita is supporting it fully for this project, JPW.
All right. And Angeline, are you there?
Yes,
Angeline?
yes. Yes, Dr.
Yeah.
Basu, yes.
Angeline, your project rhymes very closely to what incoming RI president has, Are you aware of that?
Yes, yes.
Shankar Mehta. Shankar Mehta has is emphasizing a lot on women health, on girl education, building of toilets, because it's a major problem in India, where many girls don't get to go to school. Not one thing, they don't have toilet. Second, when their period comes, because of menstruation, they can't go to school, so they miss classes. So you have picked on a very, very good. In fact, I was very impressed with that project.
Thank you.
But what you can do is, I remember when I was a governor, Rotary Club of Lake Garden had done a similar project, and they had actually had an exhibition attended by a lot of other organizations, but I forget the name of the exhibition. And they spoke about this. They made all kinds of pads that were cheaper, and they were promoting it to Orang Asli, because Orang Asli people, many of them, they don't have access to sanitary napkins and pads, etc. So in your case, what you should do is try to work with other clubs who are doing similar projects, so that you have a better impact in what you do finally. All right.
Okay.
And again, the same thing as I told Padma, you need to have continuity. You need to buy this project, get your other incoming leaders convinced. There's nothing like 1 year project. Always don't do it as my project or this year's project. It should be our project, our district project, Rotary's project. If we adopt that attitude, we can do a lot of wonderful things. So I wish you all the best. And I think it's something very meaningful, especially for the poor and those in the rural areas.
Yes.
All the best to you, Angelina. And to my good friend Leo, I got nothing much to say, except that it is touch-based with a very basic need of a lot of people in our country who are poor, who have not been doing well in studies because they can't attend classes. And I just wish and hope that all the clubs in our district can support the work started by PDG City. In fact, that is one of the best projects that we have started in this Rotary year, the laptop bank. And I think all of us, or every club in the district should support this because it will make a lot of difference in the lives of many young children. Thank you. So over to you, Leslie.
Thanks, Bhaskaran. Okay, dear friends, I think Vijay Bhaskaran have spoken quite a fair bit about all your projects. I like to echo him in some points, and I also like to add on with some constructive comments, if I may, and also some suggestions. Let me start in chronological order. First of all, let's start with Rotary Club Tampin's great project on the laptop bank. I think it is, once again, an excellent project to benefit the students who don't have the connectivity in this time of working, what you call it, learning, home-based learning. But I'd like to just add on that you got to make sure that it's not only just the laptop, but also to provide them with the broadband facility, the Wi-Fi facility as well. Yeah, because some of them will not be able to have to afford the Wi-Fi facility. So I think RC Tampin will probably have a look into that. But I commend you on an excellent project. And City has done a district-wide project. So I think this is a no-brainer. This is an excellent project. Yeah. Then we come to Rotary Club Seremban. President Lata, yes, distributing wardrobe in the rain and people getting sick and Christina not feeling well. Yeah, I laud your enthusiasm and dedication. Excellent project. Just if I may add, your wardrobe distribution, your funding for a club like RC Seremban, with your 90 years of existence, I would have thought you might want to build up a war chest. What the Malaysian government is looking at, a community chest, like what Singapore has done years ago, a community chest, so that you have these funds ready for an emergency disaster-based project, that you do not have to rely on Datu Siva to give you the 1,000 for sewing machine. So you keep aside, do your fundraising, keep aside this fund for projects that you empower your board and your president to immediately activate in case of projects that need immediate funding. Yeah, I think you can do that, but excellent, because you never know. I know Seremban do not get floods very often, but there could be other district or rather localized natural disaster projects that you want to embark on. Yeah, just a suggestion. Maybe look at that community chest, because you all may not have a charity foundation. I don't think Seremban has a charity foundation, but if you do, if you don't, set up this chest, this fund for you to activate your projects. Yeah, okay, and then we go on to Damansara-West. Yes, this is a project that really exemplifies inter-district cooperation. Yeah, this is a club that has started a project moving from Klang Valley right to Tawau to support the Sabah community, especially in Tawau. Excellent project. And in fact, I think this should be escalated to an annual affair, if I may suggest. I think Datuk Bindi and Dolly, who are in the room, will probably look into the mental health project. But maybe I could suggest, other than the Sayangi Vision Clinic, could we not do a service project on an inter-district basis yearly, once we're able to resume the physical traveling and all that? So 1 year, we do a project in District 3310, and 1 year you reciprocate, your Rotarians come out to our side and do a project with us. And Ken can be a real champion for that kind of project. And I think it's wonderful. It's a fantastic endeavor. And I'd like to urge you all to do that, because I think Governor Raja Mohan has endorsed this project. I think the Rotarians from Sabah and Tawau are very happy with the efforts, Ken, that you've done the PPEs, that you provided the milk powder. Yeah, so nothing more to add on your project, Ken, except it's well done. Now on next project is, of course, Angelina's project, Bukit Jalil, hygiene kits. Yes, PDG has suggested some ways and means as to how you can improve and grow your project, because female hygiene projects has been in the forefront for a few years. Not only Rotary Club of Lake Gardens, when Charter President Tana has got a company that able to make this recyclable or reusable sanitary pads. So she's into that. So you can tap onto her expertise. And also the Rotary Club of PJ, past President Usha, has got this fantastic project of a machine that makes pads out of this cloth for the prison inmates in Rotary Club of, in Kajang prison. And that was supposed to be escalated nationwide. So that is also a vocational project for the women inmates to make these pads, to sell it at a very low price to other female inmates in all the other prisons throughout Malaysia. So this is something that you may want to embark on, grow the project on female hygiene, because it's not just education, it's also basically the refugee community do need your support on that. Yeah, so well done. But don't forget to also write to companies like Procter & Gamble, Kimberly-Clark. Kimberly-Clark has supported the district previously when I wanted some adult napkins and even sanitary napkins. So they were able to provide those, what they call seconds, factory seconds, that they're not able to sell. They have them in the store and you're able to donate for a good cause. So I was able to tap into it and he gave us 1 container load of that. So if you need the contact, you need some assistance, let me know, yeah, for Kimberly-Clark. Now, and then let's talk about Chris, last but not least, Ipoh South Chris. Now, this is on the project of, first of all, I must commend you, an excellent video. If there's a competition on a project service video, I think you guys take the hat for that. It was an excellent video. Now, on domestic violence, again, I think your President, Padma, you seem to be very passionate about that, President Padma. Are you of legal background yourself, Padma? Have you been working on a voluntary basis with
Yes, I'm dealing with domestic violence and child sexual abuse for the past 8 years.
No wonder. That speaks volumes for the passion they put into the project. Yes. Well done.
Social activities.
Yes.
Sorry?
Social activities.
Social activities. Well done. So, Chris, well done. You managed to get hold of someone like President Padma, who is passionate and who has been involved in the forefront of something that she's passionate with. Is now spill over a whole of Chris as well. All your members are not just brandishing your Chris, but you're also now looking at domestic violence. Yeah, well done. So what I could say is that, if I may add, your PWWS, your AWAM, and your WAO probably are very active in the Perak branch. I mean, you have got 8 years of working with them. So perhaps your partnership with them can go a bit further. And if you, presumably they also have a one-stop center, a shelter, And see whether you can look into enhancing that, whether Rotary Club of Ipoh South can look into enhancing that shelter and do a little bit more than just the publicity, because with 11,400 ringgit, what you've got certainly may not go all the way for you to look into domestic violence, but it is a start that you've done fantastic publicity. But if you want to convert it to a physical thing, how nice if you have a Chris setup center, a shelter for another group of people, not to compete with WAO or compete with Awam if they already have a shelter, but have your own brand. Just like the Johor Rotary clubs have got tremendous branding in their dialysis center. Everyone who passes through Batu Pahat, and all the big towns in Johor Bahru will not help but notice their dialysis center. It is a fantastic brand. It is a fantastic physical presence of branding, of public image and fundraising. Even the char kway teow seller every year will give minimum 100 to 500 ringgit because they know that club is doing something for the community in a dialysis center. So that is something you convert from just merely word of mouth and publicity to a physical presence. And if you can do that, look at a global grant, look at something along those lines. Yeah, Mama, do not stop there. Well done.
Thank you so much.
And basically, Perak has, Rotary clubs have started quite a few organizations. You have started the Perak Mental Health Association. They've started the Perak Society for Disabled Society. And I think this is one way that your club can look into that. Yeah. So well done for all the participants. My hats off to all of you for wonderful project, showcasing your project. And you put in a lot of effort. So we're very proud of all of you. So well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, PDG, Dr. Bhaskaran, and thank you, PDG, Leslie. I think both very learned and very experienced, have given a lot of insight. How can we improve and further develop your ideas? A small project can always become big. We invite all the other Rotary clubs. Some Rotary clubs are actually sitting there not doing projects. I mean, the DGs know. So invite them, bring them along, and then join forces, and perhaps like what PDG Leslie said, you start Chris Shelter Center, partner. Chris Shelter Center. So nice to hear, kind of things. Okay. So I don't see much question coming through the chat group. A lot of, but there are a lot of thank you and good words for all the project. I encourage you all to look at the chat. A lot of praise for projects that the district is doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the first. If there's no question, this concludes the first half of today's presentation. 10 Rotary project, 10 very significant, addressing in the different areas of needs, and of course, all the clubs have put in a lot of efforts to do this project, and of course, they are partners all over the country, all over 3310. Indeed, let's see. There are some suggestions on how you can, some of the project. You please read the chat. The chat has come in with some people from Stop Crisis Center and to helping the violence. Just look at the chat, and they are offering help from all over Malay, including some from 3310. Look at it and reply them, and you can take it offline with them. So, ladies and gentlemen, we shall move to the next 5 excellent projects for the community. Even in the times of pandemic, there's no such thing as you can't go out and you can't do project. You can go out, you can do project, just follow SOP. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you. Before that, I'd like to thank once again PDG Leslie Salahuddin and PDG Dr. Bhaskaran for a good, insightful review of the plan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I should hand over to my co-moderator, he called himself Lord Raj. So Raj, take over from
you.
Over to
you, Ken. Thank you. Guys, don't leave, yeah? Don't leave. That's not a farewell speech from Ken, yeah? That's the end of the first half. All right, so now we shall move to the second half. I had a question on my WhatsApp. They asked me if we ranked the club and ranked the project according to any criteria. No, we did not. Yeah, we did not. We just mixed and matched, and we sequenced them in a way. So it's interesting because it is different. It's not related. It's not the same project. Yeah. And we did not tell the clubs when is their slot because, we want them to come in the beginning and leave at the end. Yeah. Not at their slot. All right. Before we move to the next 5 clubs, next 5 projects, let's watch a video. This video was developed, was scripted, was directed, was produced, was developed by our own district last term. So let's watch the video first. It was a public advisory for COVID.
Come on! Stop! Wear a mask. COVID-19's coming after us. Spreading fast, dangerous. Taking over the world today. We should never let it have its way. We gotta stop it. We gotta stop it. The fight begins with you and me. Let's stop the spread. Wear a mask. Stop the spread. Let's stop the spread. Wash your hands. So stay apart now.
Hey, 戴上口罩吧。
Anak, muka mundi aninggal.
Pakai penutup muka.
Put on the mask. Stop the spread.
Yeah, that was a video produced by our district team. It was very timely in the need when COVID was becoming a serious issue, when everyone was so confused what to do, how to feel safe. That's when we brought the video in, and it was such a hit. If you look at the video, it was a joint effort by Rotarians, the younger Rotarians, the senior Rotarians, and the most seniors were the guys in yellow. And then there were younger ones, Rotractors and Rotarians. There was such a fantastic joint effort. So when it comes to project 2, we have to assess the need, what they really need in the community and try to collaborate. That's when we make it bigger. Yeah. All right. So next to be coming up the showcase is President Victor from Rotary Club of Petaling Jaya. President Victor, are you ready? You can say hey, he, ho.
Victor is Greater Kiara.
No, President Victor from
also 2 Victors.
PJ.
Hold on 1 second.
All right. So after President Victor will be President Caroline and Dato Hyang from Rotary Club of Temerloh. Please be on standby. So President Victor, over to you.
Okay, my screen. Give me a second. Okay, you see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, DG, AG, and fellow Rotarians. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. I'm Victor, the president of the Rotary Club of Petaling Jaya. Allow us to share this project that we've basically just started to come up with the idea and launch pretty much the mid of January. So it's actually grown faster, quite fast, quite beyond our expectations. So we do what we can during these pandemic times. The objective of the project is basically to create a self-sustaining project where in a branding for those to take what you need and donate what you can. And what I mean by that is we have these what we call blessing shelf. We fabricated these blessing shelf. There are cupboards you can close at the bottom to prevent rats and dogs and cats. So the idea is to create almost a branding, a shelf that people can come and donate items, and those who need can take items. There's a light box as well, so we have PowerPoint where we can light up the box at night to make sure that we have a presence and a branding in the community. We've incorporated a little bit of a high tech as well, per se. There are QR codes, so we have a website to support the shelf. In which case, the guys who actually donate or take items can scan the QR codes. One part they can scan and see what items are regularly available, what is the purpose of the shelf, how they can make use of the shelf. And also, on the other hand, they can actually scan the QR code and make wish lists. For example, they scan and they say, hey, I'm currently at Seremban. I need, I don't know, diapers. And that's something that our backend will take a look at and contact the relevant clubs that we're collaborating with to bring the items to the shelves. The target recipient of this project is a few. M40, and of course, you're thinking like, why M40? Why not B40? So in a way, B40, there's a lot of focus on B40. The reason why we target M40 is because we want it to be a sustainable project. M40 is an environment, a region where there can be a good number of donors as well as recipients, especially during these COVID times. People lose their jobs. So we want to target an area that there's still people capable of donating items to make it a balance if possible. Okay, B40, I think it'll sample very fast. So unless we have deep pockets for a very long time, it might be hard to sustain. Of course, these projects we actually link with different parties to make it long-term sustainable. So as I was saying, that we also target the unemployed in these areas, foreigners as well. They are the ones that is hit. For example, shops, they don't need employees or they cannot pay the salary during this MCO times. And the first one they cut is the foreigners. So in a way, they are the ones in need as well because they cannot return back to the country. Not as if they got no job, they can go back home. They can't. They are around, so they need the help. Senior as well. So there's some seniors. They in the past the kids can come and visit them and buy them stuff. Now they're probably stuck. The kids are probably in KL. So are those cases where the seniors, it would be good for them to get something to eat now or some items as well that they need to the need for their daily activities. A little bit background on how the shelf is. As I was saying before, there's a QR code which links to our RCPJ website. We put the locations of the various shelves that we are collaborating with the different Rotary clubs. We highlight what the purpose is for, what items we recommend people to put on the shelf. People can fill in a form to make a request. Of course, there's cash donations as well. They can fill in a form. We can give them tax exempt receipt. RCPJ has a tax exempt status. We can do that as well. The website is in English, Bahasa, Chinese, and Tamil. So is the blessing shelf. So on the side panels of the blessing shelf, there are these 4 languages as well. So we want to make sure it's more universal to the different areas that we put the shelf in. And it creates a central message and a branding. And I'll tell you why this is so important. Some of the items we recommend that people donate, Rotarians as well, at these locations. Milk powder, there are a lot of people that we see during these times. They're just kids are drinking sugar water, so they are need of milk powder. Rice, we actually, some of our Rotarians actually buy like 5 kilos, 10 kilos, and we actually repack it into like 1 kilos. So it's easier, we can help more families Instead of one guy come grab and 10 kilo of rice, to make it long-term sustainable. Eggs as well, oil, cooking oil, face masks. Bottom right, that is diapers as well as sanitary pads. You have your washing powder, soap, and shampoo. It's a learning process for us as well. Initially, we're buying like 3-in-1 coffee, Milo, but after a couple iterations, you see that is a want. It's not a need. So we rather buy like a Maggi Mee, the 10-pack ones. You can fulfill more of the needs rather than the wants. The current locations, we've already launched to 10 locations. Bukit Jalil, a few of them in Kiara, Bukit Jalil, Taman Mayang, Kota Damansara, One City Subang. Ramaputra, we're working with Ramaputra. They have an excellent shelf there. They're a very active club. They have a lot of success stories and how to manage the crowd and manage the shelf. So excellent club to work with. Seremban, Kemang Square, Bukit Chedang, which we launched this morning at 9 a.m. Seremban 2. Nilai, we were there yesterday, Nilai Central. And Tampin, I was there this morning at 11 o'clock. So luckily I was able to make it back in time for this presentation. So these are the few shelves that we collaborate with them to extend, to spread the word. Some of the photos here, top right is the Ramaputra team that's making it possible. On the left-hand side, that is actually our Interact Club. So that is the principal of our Interact Club that found out about the project. They're interested in either setting up a shelf somewhere, or actually just donate items. So we spoke to them and said, why don't you take a look at our shelf, donate items, see how it works. So this is like a surprise inspection. They just kind of popped up at our shelf to see what we're doing, and they liked it, and we donated items and took some photos for their Interact magazines. So it's good to get our interactors involved as well. You're surprised in the sense that the interactors, they are the ones that is good with all this social media spreading the words. We don't have Instagram followers. I don't have, TikTok accounts, that kind of thing. They can do it, especially during these COVID times. They are bored. They need a mission to keep them focused. They're stuck at home too long. So this is a good focus, and they can really push our image quite far. There's some work in process locations. We're working with RC Damansara-West, Kiara West. Ramaputra is thinking of adding additional locations as well. So we're speaking with different clubs to see how we can extend the reach. Then, of course, the funding of the project. Because how our club works, we actually have to forecast our budget before my year starts. So I was expecting that COVID would be a problem. So we actually forecasted money for COVID projects at the beginning of the year. So we had some leftover funds from various COVID projects. So we started off with 20K to basically to design the shelf, launch it, and move it to the different spots, launch it with clubs to put it on the different locations. We're still in the midst of planning all this, and we're lucky that last year, originally we had a district grant project for Clean PJ, which is pretty hard to execute during COVID times. So thanks for IBDG and the committee, we're able to reallocate this fund to the blessing shelf, to even populating items for the shelf or launching to more additional locations as well. Of course, along the line, we target corporate sponsors. So OCBC is one of them, as well as just your neighborhood donations. And you'll be surprised. There are a lot of neighborhood donations that come and put a bag of Maggi Mee, put a rice, they say, I like it. Or some other charitable groups that come in and say, I'll sponsor you milk powder, or I'll sponsor you cookies or eggs for that matter. And of course, that's the last one is basically the public donations that come in from the public, from small items, big items, and they can be anonymous as well. Some can be cash. We see cash donations into account, anonymous cash donations into account to make sure that this project is sustainable. And the branding side of it, in a way, it allows the grassroots to relate to Rotary because we're in their neighborhood. We're in the towns where they're having a difficult time. We know because we speak to our Interact Club. Some people think Rotary is a gambling club or some religious organization to take over the world. So it's a good presence and there to see that what we are doing in that area to basically just to help them. Allows people to donate. And in some cases, even like Ramaputra, they had a lot of interest from people that donated to the shelf. They found the mission attractive, it's suited what they want, and they joined the club. So it promoted a sense of belonging for the community to join Rotary Club. Seeking sponsorship is one thing that we can give us a brand and identification. OCBC can understand, okay, I'm giving you this money for this project. So we can identify what our Rotary Club is doing. We are, of course, approaching radio station, I think like FM, we're planning for that. We've been on newspapers, various local newspapers, Facebook as well, social media. And as I was saying earlier, a joint PR effort with our Rotary and our Interact. The project lifecycle is something I want to highlight to you briefly. It's a learning process for us. Because of course, the thing that comes up to your mind is, hey, how does this work? Will there be abuse? That kind of thing. So of course, I'll address that shortly. So we spend some time designing the shelf, make it a bit heavy. People cannot, thank you very much, carry your shelf and sell for scrap metal. There's light box design to make sure there's presence at night, because sometimes during these difficult times, M40, they might be out of a job. They might come at night to just take an item, because it's hard for them to go to a food bank. They had the job, they have the pride. At night they might just come and pick some items. So we wanted to make it an option for them. So we designed the box and the shelf itself and the wordings on the side. The management of the rack is a very important learning process, where we can work with the various clubs. Because once we place a shelf at Putra or at Seremban, we can learn what is the culture at their areas, what works, what doesn't work. Okay, for example, maybe at night, hey, people sapu items. Okay, at night we put less items. They take whatever is there. And of course, there are other ways like how to challenge people, how to make sure that the right people are getting items. I will share with you shortly. Advertising and branding is another thing. So imagine we are like McDonald's. We are franchising McDonald's branches. People can come in and they can adopt this shelf and place it at the location. Wanted to create the branding, be it radio, newspaper, Facebook, that people see it, they know that McDonald's, I can buy hamburger. I see a shop, I know I can donate items, I can receive items. So you don't have to redo this, reinvent the wheel and spend that kind of effort to re-educate what is the shelf. Wanted the same image of the shelf easily deployed to the various locations. So of course, that's where the community and corporate support. We build all the stuff in front. That's where the hard work comes in. There's community recognition, they know what it is. Then you can basically, if clubs are interested to join this project, take off a shelf, then they can shortcut the front and just leverage off working with leverage off all we've done before in terms of the shelf design and also in terms of the recognition from the public. We don't earn money, so we just help you deploy, and that's it. We just place everything, your location on the website. We want to make it known that there's one additional location where people can get items. So at the end, because of all these things, there's corporate sponsor, there's regular pedestrian donors. We want it to be a self-sustaining project in that sense. For the members of clubs, in a way, it was quite interesting in terms of unity and a single purpose in a project, because some of our members are bored during MCO. There's limited things we can do, so it gave our members a focus during this time. It was good to see that we're helping people. People are happy to pick up items during these times. It is happy to see that some people came and took items. After a while, they came back and said they donated items back and said, this benefited me. I wanted to be able to give back. So that was the kind of movement that we wanted to create. Also, it was really nice to collaborate with other Rotary clubs. We're getting bored as well, stuck at home. So it's really nice. I mean, the annual have a drink at president training is good, but you only know the other Rotary clubs when you do projects together, when you actually get your hands dirty. And then you only get to really fellowship and really get to know the clubs. Key learnings, the shelves need to be managed. You put items there, thank you very much, next day will be gone. Okay, so we need to manage the items. So we need the owners to take a look at the items. At night, maybe you say, hey, this area, a lot of people take. Okay, at night, put less items. Periodically plenish the items. Don't put everything out at once. A different culture at different locations. In some locations, there will be more givers than takers. Some locations, there will be a lot of takers. Then, of course, some locations, maybe you say, hey, this guy take all. Don't need to challenge them or accuse them. Don't be judgmental. Foreign workers need it. Some people need it. Some people drive the cars to pick up items, not because they are rich, they still want to steal, but because maybe during these tough times, they really have no job. So we have to be too judgmental. We let them take. And if they're taking items, they're not robbing someone, that sounds good. Okay? Of course, to address concerns, what we do is we go talk to them, or we take photo. Right? This is for reporting purposes. So if they are genuine, they need the items, you can take photos, they'll be happy to send for the photos. If they're not, they'll be shy, they won't come another time. So that pretty much solves the problem. Rule of thumb, roughly 100 ringgit of items per shelf per day. Depends on location, depends on culture. So that's something we can learn along the way. And we can share since we're in this project, we can share amongst our various Rotary clubs. Of course, we do need your help as well, or corporate help. Few things: spread the word. Spread the word in the sense we're looking for donors. In a way, we're spreading the word. We're looking for people that need items as well, so they know that if they have a need, this is where they can get it. So we want to spread the word. Sponsors, of course, welcome for it to be a more sustainable long-term project. Prime location, as I said, it's better to have locations where you have to work with the shop owner, or you are the shop owner, where you can take a look at the shelf once in a while. You can see whether it's missing. You can talk to the people that need, and we need to have some pedestrian traffic. To put it in the middle of a housing estate where no one knows about it, it's not going to work. So maybe a shop with a certain pedestrian traffic, then it's a good location. And of course, if we give it a test, we find out the location is too not suitable, we can always move it around to another location to make sure we can find the right crowd to address. With that, a few photos of the people that took items, and they're really happy to, and they're happy to take to basically stand for the photo. It's not as if they take and run, you know. So that's a good way to filter out the people that abuse the items. So far, the experience has been quite good in terms of feedback from the people, of the donors, the shelf owners, and of course the people that need the items as well. With that, I'm open to any Q&A. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Victor, for such a wonderful insight information about this project. There's two questions in the chat window. I'll read it for you. This question is from our DGN, Dr. Krishna Kumar. He asked, how do you prevent B40 or even looters from taking the items?
Okay, so like I kind of highlighted earlier, one thing is at night. At night, don't put all the items up. So if you feel like at night there's a lot of people taking, you put less, maybe 2 oil, some rice. If they take, that's it. And of course, morning, if the people come and take a lot, you'd be surprised. We had one location where the next door shop owner was very heated about it. He was complaining to us, hey, you cannot, that guy came and took all items. That's what I challenged him for you. So it was quite interesting to start a very interesting movement where the next door shop owner was helping us to jaga the shelf. And of course, for our shelf itself, we ask our staff, don't challenge him. We don't want to get into a fight. It's not the point. So he said, show your concern. Go out. What items do you need? Could I help you to get other things that's not on the list? You know, we want to take photos for document purposes. And that kind of scares them away in the sense that if they are in need, they don't mind. If they are not, they just come to take items and sell next door or whatever, they will not come again. And of course, like you say, one location says, please take 5 items, CCTV is watching, that also works as well. That depends on culture and different locations.
Right. But all these measures that you took to prevent this, is it helping, or is this happening a lot, the looters and the B40s?
Looters, no. Once in a while, they seem to take more items. We challenge once, and they're pretty much okay. So it's a manageable situation. It's not as if like we keep on tamba. It's not manageable. So it's manageable.
That's good. There's another question from President Danielle. She asked, how do RCPJ do assessment check if the recipient's really needy since it's self-service shelf?
Good question. In a way, there's only limited how we can check. Our staff, the initial pilot location was actually placed outside a pharmacy of our members. So they actually got the staff to just talk to them. You know, how are you doing? Raman Putra does a really good job. The staff actually goes out and approaches them and talking, what is your need? What is your job? Are you affected? Then that's already the best way to basically to check. Now, can they lie? Can they BS us? Yes, they can. Just like even if we go to flat and give items to B40, we also found out there's a lot of abuse. Now, this guy gets his kids come and get, his daughter come and get. So there's only a certain amount of checking we can really do. So this is one way that we've tried to address the issue, and so far it is manageable. If you say I 100% read out, it'll be tough. But at the end of the day, we come to do service. We help as many people as we possibly can, and if there's abuse, that's between them and God.
That's fantastic, bro. And PDG City asked, what's the cost of each stand? I mean, she meant the shelf.
Oh, the shelf is 1,006. Includes of the light box and everything inclusive, closing the cupboard. Actually, the cost is around 1,008. The manufacturer doesn't mind. It's for charity, you guys. So inclusive of the delivery, so they'll fabricate the box, they'll deliver it to your spot.
All right, fantastic. So there's no more questions. So thank you very much, President Victor. We wish you all the best for your project. We wish to see more and more shelves in more and more locations to help more and more people. Thank you. Thank you, President Victor. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we move to the next presenter, I'd like to invite our District Community Service Committee Chairman, PAG Ghana, for a short recognition that he would like to do. PAG Ghana, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Good afternoon to my dear fellow Rotarians and everybody. Well, earlier in my speech, I was just talking to you all, telling you all the district committee, is with a number of members. Now, here is the organizing committee. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Deputy Chairman, Past Assistant Governor Wong C. Hong from Rotary Club of Greater Kuala Lumpur, Past Assistant Governor Frankie Yap from Rotary Club of Setiawan, our advisor, Yang Berbahagia, Past Assistant Governor Dr. Siva Anandan from Rotary Club of Greater Kuala Lumpur, IAG Adrian Linus Davidson from Rotary Club of Alosta, IAG Subramaniam Sangamam from Rotary Club of Bukit Jalil, Past President Christina, Rotary Club of Seremban, Cecilia from Rotary Club of Bukit Kiara Sunrise, Raj Melamarum from Rotary Club of Subang, and Mr. Rotarian Yin Kinfei from Rotary Club of Damansara-West. I thank you all for the support, and we'll continue with this good work for the next incoming projects before this term finishes, at least another 1 or 2 more. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Please stay put for this program.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Let's move on to our next presenter. I'd like to invite President Caroline and Past President Dato' Hyang from Rotary Club of Temerloh.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone here. Thank you, moderator PAG Raj. And good afternoon also to okay.
Yeah, we can see you now.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes,
I hope.
yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, DGTO. I can see Dr. Siva, and thank you, PAG Raj, our moderator for this session. I'm President Caroline Teo of RC Temerloh, and this is my showcase for our community service project for flood relief operation, which was held from January 5th to January 11th early this year. And may I share with you our content?
Yes, you can share screen.
Okay, the aim of this project is to provide immediate necessary food items, essential food items, to rural villages cut off by flood water in Temerloh and Mentakap region. Due to the serious flooding recently, the roads to several villages, including the orang asli Kampung, and many rural areas were totally cut off. And due to that, their food supply was ultimately cut off too by the flood. And as you can see, there's our helicopter view of the flood situation of Temerloh region, which was very serious. The Temerloh river banks has been totally flooded, and the areas, those residential houses, which is especially those at the near to those riverbanks were up to only can see only their the rooftops of their houses. And not only that, rural villages, many were affected, which were cut off, totally cut off from any access, rather by roads. Okay, our project started off with the initial planning. It took us a day to, it was because of the sudden situation of the flood. So it only took us a day to set up our flood relief center and to mobilize all our team to get to work to see how to best to assist the flood victims. And our immediate actions were firstly, setting up relief center to appeal to Rotary clubs and other personal donors for personal funding. And of course, using our own Rotary club funds to purchase food items as soon as possible from local suppliers, and also while waiting for the funds to come in. Okay, this is second phase, which is the post-flood relief project, which we intended to carry out during the next phase, which is we already issued cash vouchers to the villages that were affected, to assist them to recover after the flood situation. Okay, this is our flood relief center, which we set up in Temerloh, and opposite, as you can see, opposite our flood relief center, we have also allocated space for helicopter landing. RCPJ has assisted us with two helicopters flew in to assist us to deliver the essential items, as due to the roads being cut off and certain rural inner parts of the Temerloh are really inaccessible by any vehicles, and we had to fly in to get to them. And for the first day, we have to get by from our own funds, from our own Rotary Club, and only then slowly we started to seek help from donors, corporate donors, personal, and also other Rotary clubs. Rotary Club of Greater KL, the RC of Raman Putra came into, and of course the RI with the Emergency Disaster Relief Fund started to come by. So we really am really very grateful for that. And this is our flood relief center, where all our fellow Rotarians and ants come in to help, to assist, to pack the items, and also to mobilize the giving out of the essential items. So this is the banner. We have also promoted these sponsors which are involved in our flood relief project. This is from the Natural Disaster Emergency Relief Fund, and these are the part of our mobilization team, which we use Hiluxes to deliver, where those are accessible by cars, by vehicles, and by boats as well, of course. And this is amazing thing that we had 2 helicopters who assisted us to transport supply items to affected villages cut off by roads and boats. Mainly these are orang asli villages which are trapped in between. And not only that, we have also local communities which are trapped as well, and they've been totally cut off all as well from reliefs by the government authorities. So they were actually, I myself had the privilege to assist Captain Dato' Leong in one of the helicopter rides, and they were very, it was amazing, the experience where we really see the relief and the happiness upon seeing us arriving to deliver the essential items to them. It was really an amazing experience. Okay, so these are the beneficiaries. This is, I think it's from the Orang Asli Kampung that benefited from our flood relief project. And our second phase will be to supply our items by giving out cash vouchers. And we are in the process of identifying and getting the list from the local community kampungs to give us their names, to give out whatever information they had on the houses that are affected. Okay, so the results we received for this project is that we are able to deliver immediate relief food items to those really affected by the flood disaster. And we have also connect many of our Rotarians, and also we managed to rope in former Rotarians, which I think that is also important. Former Rotarians coming back to us, our club, in order to assist in this our project, and it's a great opportunity for us to serve together. Okay, so this is the list of the nine sponsors, which mainly we had the Rotary International, the Disaster Relief Fund, RC Petaling Jaya, RC Greater KL, RC Ampang, RC West Pahang, RC Bukit Bintang, RC Tanjung Bunga, PDG Dr. Kubu Kian, and other personal donors. And also we had also as well, we had corporate donors as well. And we had also, in the process, we had strengthened our club branding and image. We were interviewed by TV3 on the 11th January 2021. I was interviewed by the Singapore channel, radio channel, and of course the local Chinese papers and the Star paper. These are the and this is the reporting done by the local Chinese paper, and this is from the Star paper. Who are the beneficiaries of this project? This project,
several,
many, vast, several sections. Not only the not only on the local community, but also on the whole village. I would say the whole, some certain villages, the whole taman, the whole community. The impact was really huge. And of course, in the process, we had greatly uplifted the Rotary name and our public image in our local community. And I hope with that, we have we will create many more opportunities to come in future. The learning points of this project is that we are able to connect with other Rotary clubs from other districts. And I've known many others colleagues from our Rotary family. And that has also been very special. And we are able to face many difficult challenges together during the flood and this current situation of the COVID-19 pandemics. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, President Caroline. That was really a wonderful job, especially during the flood and when the resources are limited. You know, you guys pulled it through. There's a few questions here I'd like to direct to you. DGND, Dr. Krishna Kumar asked, did you have to rent the space for the relief center?
No, amazingly, the space, Dato Hyang, we and we had written to the committee, the mosque committee. It was a mosque. The opposite location of our flood relief center is the main mosque in Temerloh. So they kindly allowed us to use it freely during the 3 days we had for this project.
Happy to hear that. So in Temerloh, they understand that Rotary is for all.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that this project has really created many awareness, not only in one section of the community, but it has a very vast effect that we had made in this region.
Happy to hear that. And past President Ramakrishnan asked, any support from the government for this project?
No, we did not get, because I think we are staying true to our Rotary mission that we are an NGO, and we are getting funds from volunteer donors, and we do not want to be linked with any of the government agencies or for that.
I see. How about your phase 2 is going on now? We understand you presented that you are giving out cash vouchers, right?
Yeah.
So how's the phase 2 going on now?
Yeah, we have already printed out the cash vouchers. So far our cash vouchers, the value that we have printed is about 10,000 ringgit, and we will start to roll out the cash vouchers after the 4th of March, which is after the MCO restrictions, because we have certain restrictions to cross district to channel out the vouchers. So but we have already printed, and in the meantime, we are still collecting the name list from the tamans which are affected and verifying those that we are going to give out, that making sure that they are the ones, that the villages that were really affected from the recent flood.
All right, thank you. I'd like to read feedback from President Victor. He said, RC Temerloh is very efficient, made a few calls and got the shop lot available, water, electricity up in 1 day. There was a car parked. Car parked blocking the heli landing. In 30 minutes, towed the car to clear away. Did you guys carry the car? Real-time ground update on which location can be accessed by road, river, and by air. So
our team, we have a very great team. I was privileged to have very from A to Z. We had all sorts of expertise in our team.
Carrying cars,
ground, whatever you need.
He said RCPJ is honored and humbled to work with our Rotary club. Yeah, I think the whole district, all the Rotary clubs in our district are amazed. And what you guys have done is really a role model. And there's a lot of lessons that we can learn to make our projects better. Yeah. All right. So thank you, President Caroline. Thanks a lot for your time and your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, Raj.
Yeah. All right, before we move to the next presenter, I'd like to share the objective of our showcase here today. We are doing this showcase just to share the ideas. How did the clubs came up with these new ideas, different ideas, and how did they, in the planning, in the execution, and how these projects has helped to bring the members together, strengthen the bonding, and also most importantly, how these projects has improved the branding of the club. Yeah. All right, so let's move to the next presenter. I'd like to call Charter President Dr. Yi from Rotary Club of Bukit Kiara Sunrise.
Thank you, moderator Raj. I'm not charter president. I'm the second president of the club.
All right, so
You
charter
can hear me,
member.
Charter member, yes.
Yeah, charter member. Apology for that.
Thank you.
I'll speak to your president about that.
So thank you very much, Raj, moderator, District Governor Teo Kwan Swee, past district governors, distinguished Rotarians and attendees present here. So with everyone, good afternoon, and also I'd like to say hello to all my members that are present here today. I'll just play a short video to start off before I talk about the project. Yeah.
The global financial crisis has spelled a contraction in economic
we
activities
can't
in
see
major
the
cities,
video.
resulting in retrenchment and
video.
unemployment and indirect.
Can you click on the video?
The global financial
window when
crisis
you
has spelled
share?
a contraction in economic activities in major cities, resulting in retrenchment and
Behind the window explorer.
We close this folder.
What do you want me to close?
Your Explorer folder. You know, when you check your folders. Yeah.
Can you see the? Can you see my?
You see the files in the video. Oh, sorry. We see the files in the folder.
Folder. So if I double click this one,
try that.
Fine.
Go on, try.
Okay.
We don't see. We don't see the video.
the global financial crisis has spelled a contraction in economic
Because
activity.
when you share a screen, you have shared the folder. So we can only see the folder. So open the video file first,
screen that time, Dr. Yi, when
then
you
share the video.
share the video. Click on the video.
Before you share it, you got to click the video sound. There are two small items you got to click it. A lot of people don't know. Last time when Paul taught me, before you
so
go into the
I stop share first. I stop share first.
Yeah, stop share. All right. So open the video file first. Just pause it.
Open the file first. Hang on.
Yeah. And then click pause.
Can you see?
Yes, we see that. Now you can.
Yes, okay, good. Let's get the show on the road. And here.
The global financial crisis has spelled a contraction in economic activities in major cities, resulting in retrenchment and unemployment, and indirectly higher school dropout rates. Long associated as a rural problem, poverty is now a major impediment to education, even in the heart of the capital. Form 5 student Chong Puyi is a model pupil at SMK Sri Permata, excelling in both her studies and in co-curricular activities. But what sets this 17-year-old apart from her peers is the sheer amount of effort she has to put in just to be where she is today. Born and raised in a family of 4 in Petaling Jaya, Chong lives with her father and sister in a rented room in a suburban terrace house. Her parents, an odd jobber and a waitress, take home less than 1,000 ringgit a month, forcing Chong to resort to working part-time to support her family. It's a struggle her friends can't relate to.
I'm very grateful as I was blessed with a mentor who not only guided me in terms of education and values, but with someone who went out of his way to ensure that I was doing well at every point in my life. These positive changes to the many programs conducted by the Rotary Club of Bukit Jalil Sunrise. The leadership camp, which is my favorite, has instilled leadership and teamwork skills, while the values workshop has increased my confidence and self-esteem. Besides that, there's also the medical camp and the monthly mentor-mentee meeting. These activities are great opportunities to learn and grow, and not many are blessed to experience all of this.
There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Dr. E, the video stopped.
Okay. Can I share? I want to share the slides now.
Yeah, you stop share the video and
I'll
share
share the
the
video.
slide. Yeah.
Okay. Can see, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so my presentation is on a literacy and education project that has been done by our club for the last 11 years. We just celebrated our 10th anniversary last year, just before the pandemic. It's called the Rotary Education Fund Project. So what are the objectives of our program? Basically, our program in the last 11 years has evolved into a mentoring program, providing promising students from the low-income family with opportunities for education and character building, values education in particular. A network of education-related opportunities, an opportunity to be the best they can be, some financial assistance, and also an opportunity to improve in their studies, and also to help them make their career decisions, career choices. So this is a mentoring program. And when we were 18 years old as a club back in 2009, we got together in a club assembly, and we said that now as a club we have become or becoming an adult already, and we need to figure out if we can do a project that is impactful to society. And to cut a long story short, all of us at that point in time unanimously agreed on an education-related project that will provide the biggest benefit to society, molding young minds through values education and creating youngsters of good character and also becoming good citizens of society and making positive changes through their own education was, in our mind, the most effective way to make an impact to society. And we wanted to do a long-term project because for the last 18 years at that point in time, we were doing one-off projects which lasted about 1 year most of the time. Of course, we had 1 or 2 projects that went for 3-4 years. And we also have, at that point in time, a medical camp project which we do on a regular basis, helping the mostly the B40 families. So we came up with this idea of a mentoring program where we pick up students from the low income group with high potential, and we assign 2 mentors to the student. So the student is given an award. This program comes to them as an award, a student award. We didn't want to call it scholarship because typically a scholarship would just imply financial assistance, but this is more than a scholarship. So the REF has basically got 4 prongs to it. This award consists of the following programs: youth mentorship, values education, leadership training, and some financial assistance. So we pay the students some financial assistance to keep them in school. So if you're a low-income student, sometimes when you reach Form 3 or Form 5, the family decides that you got to leave school because you got to support the family, even though you're a good student. So we realize that it's important to provide some financial assistance just to keep them in school. So this is a values-based holistic youth mentoring program where we talk about life skills also. The target beneficiaries are from low-income families, household income of 3,000 ringgit or less per month, students aged between 15 to 19 from secondary schools or vocational school, basically from Form 3 to Form 6. We take them on a mentoring program for 5 years. We select students with a desire to help themselves. They have to be strong academically, but not necessarily with straight A's. And priority is given to students who are currently not receiving financial assistance of greater than 100 ringgit a month, thereabouts. Where do we get our funding and resources? Basically, we pitch it to individuals, friends, corporates. We do events in the conventional way. So individuals and corporates donate to our education fund. We also have a special program where donors and sponsors can actually select a specific or get a specific student to be sponsored so that they can actually track the progress of the student. We give, just like in Rotary, just like in the Rotary Foundation of RI, we give for those who donate 5,000 special certificate, and we give them special names. We have that sponsor a student program, and we also recruit volunteer mentors from the public and from our contacts. So it's not just the Rotarians. We recruit people who are interested to mentor, but they're not interested in the other parts of Rotary. I will tell you one of the advantages of this is that eventually many of them became Rotarians. So from education and literacy project, this was also a very impactful membership development project. So in terms of strengthening our club brand, what happened? We perceive our own club brand as being the following. So who we are, how others see us. Yeah, we think that people see us as being professional and well organized as a club, fun, friendly, and vibrant. We do good. We are caring. We are cost-driven, specific cost-driven, and we are impactful in what we do. We are a modern club, up to date, able to attract young members. Currently, our membership is about 45. And we have a good number, about maybe 25% of the club that are made up of young members, and these young members bring in young members too. So that's how we perceive our club brand to be, and how has this project impacted our brand. So the impact of REF on our club brand, we have been doing this project for the last 11 years and still going strong. We've mentored over 180 students together with partner clubs. There are 10 other REF clubs in the district. We raised over $1 million in cash and kind over the last 10, 11 years. There are many volunteers who stepped up to become volunteers and became members. And we even have a number of them who eventually become presidents of our club. We have 10 REF clubs and many more have been trained, although they have not, or maybe they're in various stages of taking up the project. And we provide the training for a Rotary club who is interested to start this mentoring program. We've aligned the mentoring program to all the various avenues of Rotary service, from international service, where we get our sister club to sponsor some students. Of course, community service, education is part of community service. Vocational service, developing our members in mentoring skills is part of vocational service. Youth service, of course, awarding awards to these youngsters. And club service, of course, integrate all our members. About 60 to 80% of the club is involved in this project. And we've got a recognition from districts and from sponsors, from the public, from universities locally. We work very closely with Help University to skill us in the art of mentoring, from schools and from teachers that we have supported over the years. So the impact on the club brand, and of course on Rotary in general, has been quite significant, to the extent that it, as I showed you just now, it also went on NTV7 on one occasion. So benefit to the members and benefit in terms of club development, just very quickly. In the RAF, we've built an effective platform to do good, reaching out to various sections of society. It's improved our club branding. It's been a good membership development and member participation tool for us, something which surprises, of course, to the extent that you have a good project that serves a good cause, you will be able to attract many members of the public to become members of your club. We have a great partnership with Help University for the last 11 years. Their psychology and behavioral science department was the one identified initially to collaborate with us. And every year, they run a one-day upskilling course on mentoring for all our mentors, about 30 over mentors we have in our club. And we have about 15 to 20 students that we mentor at any one time. And also in 2012, 2013, among the many awards we received from the district, we also received the Rotary International Significant Achievement Award for this project. The learning points, what do we learn? We learned the importance of having committed champions before a good project can succeed. So many of us think that if you have a good cause, then the project will succeed. But a good cause alone, without committed champions, cannot make even a good project with a good cause succeed. And so you need champions to organize the project, to be part of the working committee. It's also built club confidence, because the track record is good. After 10 years, 11 years, we are still doing well as a mentoring project. Help members discover themselves, and created, while we teach students good values and good culture, we ourselves become examples also. If you're not a good example, you're not going to be convincing to anybody. So we have to ourselves understand what's good values and good culture. We are helping those we can help. We select bright students from low income with a desire to help themselves. It's not to say that those who don't have a desire to help themselves don't need help, but we as volunteers are not skilled enough to help those who don't have a desire to help themselves. We realized that very early on. The whole mentoring process is a journey of self-discovery for the students. And interestingly, it was also a significant journey of self-discovery for for us as Rotarians, and especially for developing young club leaders. Because we run leadership program, we talk about principles of leadership, and our younger members coming into the club also learn about the principles of leadership from this program and from leading this program. And also we realize that mentoring is in fact leadership in action. We have to be a good example to the students. We have to inspire the students in order to be effective. And over the 10 years, we realized really mentoring is just another name for leadership. The major learning point that we learned, I put this in one slide, is sometimes we get stuck in inaction, asking the wrong questions as a Rotary club, wondering what project to do. We realized from our 11 years of doing this long-term project successfully is that the most important question to ask of a do-good project, of a project that serves a good cause, is besides it being a good cause, we must ask ourselves, is it fun for our members to do? And are there enough champions to champion a project like this, or any project for that matter in your club? And many times we fail to realize that if it's not fun, the project is not going to be sustainable. So here we are talking about whether our project is sustainable or not. And of course, we've sustained our project for the last 10 years already. And then once you get those few questions sorted out, then impactfulness and resources will automatically follow. We don't really need to worry about whether the project is impactful or whether there are enough resources. But if you get a good cause and it's fun for your members, and there are enough champions, it will be impactful, and resources will automatically follow. So it's all about working within our own capabilities and inspiring other members with our own passion and success. So after 11 years, we've created a platform to help high potential students from low income families through mentoring and values education to succeed in their lives. When we put our hearts, minds, and hands together, we can do something significant and impactful to the community, and then something meaningful and fulfilling to ourselves. So with that, I end my presentation and stand ready to answer any questions from any one of you. Thank you very much, Raj.
Thank you, Dr. E, but you have already eaten up into your Q&A time. But I'd like to point out something very important. Right? Before that, on behalf of our district and all the clubs here, congratulations on your 10th year anniversary of REF. It's really a signature project, not just for your club, even we in the district are very proud of it. I'd just like to point out something that you mentioned, that this project has helped your membership development, but you didn't expand it. But I understand that your facilitators and mentors that come to volunteer for this program progress to become a member of your Rotary Club. Yeah, can you in very brief, short few lines explain how did your club or the project, feed the Rotary knowledge into them, or the Rotary interest into them, and then they became interested to be a Rotarian?
Yeah, so we realized that many people want to help young people to make progress, and in these modern times, there's been a lot of, there are a lot of negative influences, and people are very concerned about how young people are developing. And when we have a program like this, and we typically invite whoever is interested to come and join us in some of our mentor support group meetings, which we have, and our annual youth mentoring workshop, and they come and they see what the program is all about, and they get very excited and they want to be part of it, and they see, of course, the success of our project over the years. So they get interested, so we recruit them as volunteers, and over time we share with them what we do in Rotary, and those of us who are committed are able to energize them, with our passion, and they get excited and they come and join us to see what it is all about. And over the years, of course, they become very good members, and you get very good quality people coming in, because if they're not interested to be mentors, or rather, let me put it this way: if they're interested to be mentors, they generally are very good quality people. So eventually, they take up high positions in our club too, leadership.
Yeah,
I hope that
agree.
makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that. The last line that you said, you know, they were coming forward to mentor and volunteer for so many years. That means they have a sincere heart to serve.
Right.
So
That's authenticity, you know.
Yes, yes, that's a quality member that we need. All right, thank you again, Dr. Yi. Thank you very much for your time. So let's move on to our next presenter. We got two more clubs. Rotary Club of Kampung Baru City Centre and Rotary Club of Greater Kuala Lumpur. So the next, I'd like to invite President Suki from Rotary Club of Kampung Baru City Centre. President Suki, are you here?
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, President.
Just hold on. I just.
I'll play your video
a minute.
first while you arrange your slide. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Okay. Thank you. I need to share
dear
my
Rotarians,
slides.
we will start with a video from the project.
Okay. Why is it playing? Oh.
Hai gadis beri senyuman pada bujang idaman.
All right, thank you, President. Over to you.
Share screen. Hang on. Where have I? Hold on, just give me a second. Sorry, let's stop. Then much.
Do you want me to share your screen? I mean, your
No,
slides?
all right, it's okay.
All right.
It's okay. Good evening, DG, past and future district governors. I'm Suki from Rotary Club of Kampung Baru, and good afternoon, late afternoon to all my fellow Rotarians. Here today, I'm going to present to you our project, urban farming in smack in the city called Kampung Baru. Our partners, before I proceed further, we have partners in this project, and the Rotary Club of Kampung Glam, Singapore, Rotary Club of Kuala Lumpur Diraja, Yayasan Club Rotary Malaysia, and Lembaga Pentadbiran Malay Agricultural Settlement. This is a Yayasan Support Grant project. Okay, the problems to address in this place in Kampung is food insecurity, nutritional illiteracy and poor diet, vacant lots and abandoned lands. What we need from the community is the key components are human and social capital, which includes personal development, wellness, environment management, and economic development. Youth programming is a major focus, engaging the youth group on personal development, wellness, environment management through projects, horticulture, farm management, money management, and etc. Other than youth programming, another goal is community economic development. This is an overview of the Laman Ulaman Rotary. The name we give to our project is Laman Ulaman Rotary, meaning a herbal garden, Rotary herbal garden. A project to promote urban agriculture practices that can reduce malnutrition and food insecurity. Starting off with an edible garden with an educational area, a weekly market of horticultural products and nursery, sharing information on nutrition and healthy living, encourage city dwellers to grow their own food. Our mission is to grow healthy food for urban residents, less need for transportation, hence reduces ecological footprint, and to provide a platform for community engagement. We offer education hands-on programs that focus on the basics of urban farming, sustainable growing, nutrition, and environmental preservation, while providing vegetables, herbs, honey to the community. It's not moving. Sorry, it's not moving. Okay. Laman Ulaman Rotary, a project located in the heart of Kuala Lumpur City, engages city residents in a sustainable agriculture, promote urban agriculture practices that can reduce malnutrition and food insecurity. The Food and FAOs defines urban agriculture as the growing of plants and raising of animals within and around the cities to provide fresh food, generate employment, recycle waste, and strengthen cities' resilience to climate change. And this is what we are doing in Kampung Baru. About half an acre of vacant land in Kampung Baru is being utilized to plant vegetables, fruit trees, flowering plants using several methods of farming, rain harvesting, composting, and others, honey production, and fish rearing. This is the land that is loaned to us by the Lembaga Pentadbiran Malay Agricultural Settlement. As you can see, there's the KL Twin Tower as the background. This is our proposed layout to the Lembaga Pentadbiran. This is where the shack is. If you notice, there's a shack there, and this is the shack. Okay, and this is where our fertigation on the right, extreme right, is our fertigation. And where there's a roof, that's where we do our rain harvesting, and also the mixture of fertilizers. On the left of the roof is where our aquaponic system is going to be, or it's positioned there, getting and taking the water from the rain harvest that we harvested. And also on the left, extreme left, you can see we have done raised beds and also bees, nest for stingless bees. And we hope to get that once our flowers are ready to be, fed to the bees. Well, anyway, okay. The activities that we do in this Laman or this farm, urban farm, is we teach them the planting technique, maintaining a vegetable garden, preparation of fresh vegetables, healthy eating, physical activity practices, physical engagement through gardening, management of personal finance, development and implementation of entrepreneurship skills. The community participants, adults and youth will be involved in planting, weeding and watering plants. They will learn soil cultivation, composting, fertilizing and community research and outreach. Who are the beneficiaries? The residents of Kampung Baru, comprising youth, adults and seniors, teachers from nearby schools, students from the Street Children's School, university students from nearby university, people interested in gardening, the financially challenged families. And of course, with this project, we also attracted many more other parties like the University of Pertanian and also foreigners from Iran and so forth and so forth. To date, impacted more than 100 people with 60 volunteers. Due to the current situation of extended MCO, we're not getting the required number of youth. Results intended to achieve: we hope to grow abundance of varieties of vegetables, herbs, fruits to support the community by selling at a cheaper price than the market and giving free to those in need and cannot afford. Encouraging more families to grow their own food in their backyard, balconies, window sills, etc. Transforming lives, eating healthy and nutritional foods, physical and mentally healthy, an opportunity to be an entrepreneur and to change their lifestyle. Utilizing as many of the vacant land as possible for urban farming coexisting with the urbanites, greening the cities with edible plants. Using education, sustainability, and community as the foundations of our actions, we hope to serve as a model for positive urban development. Funding. The project is funded by several clubs, mainly our partner clubs, Rotary Club of Kampung Baru City Centre, we ourselves, Rotary Club of Kampung Glam Singapore, our sister club, Rotary Club of Kuala Lumpur Diraja, our partner club, Yayasan Club Rotary Malaysia, our yayasan, and also the Lembaga Pentadbiran Malay Agricultural Settlement Kampung Baru, who actually provided the land to us for free. And also from generous, like-minded Rotarians who donated in cash or in kind. We'd like to mention to RC Portlang, past President Dato' Andrew Goh, MPP Wesley, Bukit Angkasa, President Lau, Rotarian Michelle, Rotarian Karima, and Rotarian Agnes, Pantai Valley, past President Kane, Rotary Club Greater Kuala Lumpur, PAG Dato' Dr. Siva Anandan, RC Bandar Utama, past President Edwin Tay. Last but not least, Urban Farming Tech Sendirian Berhad, Francis Chua, who wanted to collaborate with us. Cost of project for phase 1, RM 15,000. How is this centering our club brand? Actually, the project, through this project, we are reinforcing our club brand through this project. We officially have our name and our partners on the signage. You can see on the left in yellow, you can see our logos, Rotary Club of Kampung Baru and also UNESCO. This is supported by, project is also recognized by UNESCO. And also we have Rotary Club of Kiara Diraja, Rotary Club of Kampung Gelam and Yayasan. The logos are all up there on the board. And also on top of that, we also have our logos on the canopy. This was donated to us. So that's where we have our benefit the members and club development. Project benefited new members through the hands-on project and engaging with the community. It empowers new members to transform lives. Open doors to invite volunteers. Our project has actually attracted quite a number of volunteers, which we didn't expect earlier, but it came from, like I said, from people like from university, lecturers from University of Pertanian, and also foreign visitors. And this project open volunteers to join. We would like to invite the volunteers to also join our club, which we are working on it. What are the learning points? Have our ears to the ground, know what the community wants, and then make a proposal. Most often, the community will buy the idea and make the project easy for you to execute. as you get all the help that you want. As a club, we are convinced that to make an impact with the community, we need to be relevant. They look good, we look good. Make them look good and they'll be grateful to you. The project is relevant to the people, and at least 2 will come every day to ensure that the plants get watered, and weekly we'll get about 20 participants to clean up, harvest, replant seedling. Due to MCO and Kampung Baru being a red zone area, we do not encourage more people to come. Together, we fight hunger. Thank you.
Thank you, President Suki. Certainly, it's a wonderful project when urban farming and hydroponic technique has been a hot topic in sustainable living. So this is certainly the future, for the future, this project. I have a question from DGND. Do Rotarians continuously involve in this urban farming project, or have you handed over the project to the community?
No, we are at the moment, we are continuously doing it until such time. But you see, the whatever we sell has been put back into the project funds, so that we can, so that in such a time that we want to hand over to the community, they have the funds to continue. But of course, we will still sit in that committee as advisors and as active members as well. So it will not be just a community thing, but it will be Rotary and community working together.
All right. Do you have any contract or agreement with any government agencies in this field, like Mardi or a few others who provide assistance in advisory and selling or buying?
At the moment, we have not approached. Yeah, we know they have programs to support urban farming in the city, urban farming on vacant lots and everything, but we have not approached them. We thought we'll do it first, and we see what are the the shortfalls and everything, and get it done well, and then we'll go and see them once we have a committee formed. I believe you need about 10 people in a committee to go to them to ask for help. But in the meantime, we are getting experts through our network and through our connections, and I think so far we do not need at the moment the so-called government help. But of course, we have a contract with the landowner. It's actually not a paper contract, but a letter to say that we can use the land for at least 2 years, and if anything, if they need to build something on that land, then they will give me an alternative land to replace. So I'm working. I am keeping my mind open to other authorities in Kampung Baru, because Kampung Baru is really up for sale, so to say. So I'm working with other authorities in Kampung Baru as well to see if we can be of any service to them.
All right, thank you. And there's a suggestion from our DGN, Dr. Krishna. He suggested to form a Rotary Community COP to run the project sustainability in the long run. Maybe you can give him a call to discuss this further. So thank you, President Suki. Thank you very much. We wish you all the best for your project. Thank you. So now, guys, let's move on to the final presenter for today evening. On behalf of all the participants here, we would like to thank Rotarian Victor Nair for patiently waiting for his turn. So I'd like to invite Rotarian Victor Nair from Rotary Club of Greater Kuala Lumpur. It's not my fault. The chair said he's from my club, put him last, so you talk to him.
I was listening to everyone. My God, now I'm confused.
Hey, but it's benefiting, right? It's benefiting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. It's knowledge. So we can wait for that. So again,
yeah, he was saying that so many people presented that he forgot what he needs to say already.
Yeah, so now we know what he did for 3 hours. He was chatting with Dina. Okay, so
no lah,
so Victor, over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and District Governor, and also my fellow Rotarians. My name is Rotarian Victor Ganesan Nair. I'm the
louder,
chair. And can you hear me?
Soft, very soft.
Soft, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Better?
Loud and clear.
Clear? Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so for today, I'm going to share about a project that we have done and we are doing more, and we are not any plan to stop about it, but we're going to continue. And it is about our ants care center, which is located in Cheras. As you can see over there, the intention of our club is to improve the quality of the residents and care center, which accommodates 62 old and infirmed seniors, including some who are mentally disabled. So our project is mainly aimed to help the residents of the center by refurbishing their dilapidated home. You see, the reason why we have chosen this home, because we was looking for a home that we want to do something, not at one time. Do it more, and continue. So when we did our due diligence, we found a place here with a good recommendation, and when me, our club president, Dr. Shankar, and also our Dr. Siva went there, and we spoke to this Madam Ann, who runs the place for 17 years. So when we went there to see this place, a lot of things need to be done, and there's no any support from the government or any other NGOs. So you see, as we was talking with them, they was telling what's their problem basically they have on the, as you can.
Oh, muted.
Accidentally muted.
Sorry, Victor, can you unmute?
Can you hear me?
Can.
Okay, so as you can see, this is the thing that we need to get it done over there. The main factor, because why? Behind of the care center, there's a small jungle where there's a lot of monkeys. Monkeys over there, they try to come into the house and they will break the ceiling and everything. So that's the thing that they need support for us to do. And one more, as you can see, the last there is to negotiate for a 5-year tenancy with the new landlord owner.
Right.
So as a bit of story about this, because this house, the previous owner, he went for bankruptcy and he couldn't continue, and the bank took over and a new owner came in and bought over the place. As the owner, he's a developer, he wanted to refurbish the house and he wanted to renovate it and sell it to a higher price, and they want them to vacant. So when we was talking with them, our great Dr. Siva, and go to the next. Can go to the next. Oh, yeah. Okay. As you can see there, our Dr. Siva have entered into direct negotiations with the landlord and persuaded the landlord to grant a fresh 5 years lease to the home. Where you see from this thing that when we met with Madam Ann, she told her problem, the main thing, if they need to leave the house in a short notice during this pandemic time, what is going to happen? Where are they going to go? Where is the people going to go? So when our great Dr. Siva has spoken to them and got another 5 years, which he only increased 300 ringgit rental fees, which the place go to up to 5,000 ringgit. It's a bungalow lot. So from 3,000 to go to 3,000 ringgit. So from a very less minimum increase on the rental for 5 years, give them a very big release of mind. So you can see here, after that, we start to do for the small refurbishment, what we can do for this, all these like grills and all that, right? As you can see, our contractor, a good contractor, we have found and we got it for 12,000 ringgit. And with the great help from the district, we got grant for 8,000 ringgit, and we always say thank you so much from our district side for approving and lower down our burden. Because during this MCO, as you know, many of them, or even from our project, so they had some difficulties, but still we got a help from 8,000 ringgit. The balance was help from our project service team and also our president. We have cleared the project on 23rd December in time for a Christmas cheer for the residents as well.
And as you can see the pictures is now, okay, this is the beneficiaries. I can't put in all the list 62 names, so I just shorten a bit. You can see whereas they have Chinese, Indians, Malays, all staying there. And most of them were just abandoned from the roadside. And they were just left in front of the house and they just left. Some of them was given by the parent from the kids to them, but it didn't turn up. So how do they get a source? It's all by their own and trust and help from the neighbors. That's what they got it from. So you can see here, 46 years old, and begin with the end mine. See, these few things that we really want to know from our Rotary Club work, Greater Kuala Lumpur, is like we hugely empowering and in turn makes us stronger, happier, more fulfilled. This is what we as Rotarians, many of us want to be fulfilled and make something happier and stronger, right? So this is what we do. And this project brought the members closer together, and as a club, it strengthened our RCGKL brand further. Yes, even because due to this MCO and all that, we couldn't meet up much. So from this, whenever we go there, we just give them lunch or we give dinner or we want to go have a site visit on the contractors how doing a job. We still get few of our members to come over with our t-shirts. They come, they have a look. And for the brand, it's so good. Until, just want to share with you all, one of the member, the brother of Anne's Care Center, he's the manager, he's in the committee member. He became and joined our RCG Care member on this year. So he became as a member, and now we are planning to open up a satellite club over in that particular area in Cheras itself. And you can see the last one is there, Rotary opening opportunities. This is what these opportunities we create help to improve the life of the least able members of our society. A lot of this kind of homes is all inside and many can't see. So we took the time to go and find, and there is more. So when we do the proper check and all that, we know they're genuine. They're giving whatever documentation, everything. When we ask, and our president asks, everything they show. For sure, there is more homes like this. If we got around 85 clubs, members, clubs in this district. If each of the club can adopt one home like this and have our brand on the sign sponsored by our Rotary Club, it will be great. So this is what we are trying to show, and I hope more members can join with us, do it together, more bigger, or they can do it for the better future. So these are renovation works and facelift of Anne Care Center. You can see before and after. This is what the monkey does. The broken, unsafe roof, and they try to go in to steal the foods and everything. Pity the old people. They always got some of them got injured as well from the scratches of the monkeys. And you can see the grills. This is the roof. The whole roof we have changed to make it better because a lot of when rain, the water goes in. So these are the new look now after the painting done in front and the hall itself. You can see from the old and the now. And this is the objective of Anne Care Center. This from them. This is what they want to do, but they can't do it by themselves. So they need support from our type Rotary families to come down and help them. And even now, since they do not have a persatuan or properly registered by the government, so we are getting like one of our Rotarians. She's very well experienced to do it through ROS and register them under persatuan and get them to get funded from the government. If the government can help in base of the TNB, water bills can get more reduced, it'd be great. So this is what we're trying to do, and also can get more help from the NGOs to come and help on this. So as you can see, this is you can just read it about it, and always they want to provide a safe and clean environment for all of them. So this is my service team. There's more of them. So thank you very much. And if any Q&A, please do ask me. I can answer you. Thank you.
Thank you, President Rotarian Victor. Thank you very much for your presentation. Yeah, you are certainly correct. You know, the homes need fittings too. a good roof and fittings too. Right. So, is there any questions in the chat?
So if they have the real river passing by.
So Victor, can you maybe in short explain to us how this project bring the members together? In terms of skills, was there a skill set that was very helpful from a member to plan, to assess the renovation, the costing?
Basically when we went there, they was sharing us what's the problem they're having on that time. So when we do a site visit, we can see basically just right in front of our eyes. We can see the roof and this kind of things. So what I did is like we get our friends who are contractors. Okay, he's a contractor. So come and see what we can do for them. So when they come and see, they say, okay, this is the thing, this is the thing, and this is the thing. This is the priority things need to be done on that situation because it's during MCO. We cannot do big things. MCO, CMCO, MCO. So we can't do much things. So we do what is needed on that time. So after this, we are going to do more. What is the other things we can do for the Ants Care Center to give them a better life?
Fantastic. Happy to hear the continuity there, because I was about to ask you, is there phase 2 or phase 3?
It's going to continue.
Yeah.
It's not one time. It's going to continue.
Thank you. We wish you all the best. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's move on to the panel session. Panelists are patiently waiting. So first, we have two panelists today. Immediate past District Governor Leo Cheng Lim and
Okay, thank you, Raj. Can you all hear me?
Siti Zubaida, hang on, yeah. Okay, being me, but they didn't spotlight me. I add myself. All right. So thank you, PDG Leo and PDG Siti. But I'm not going to ask you to summarize anything here.
Yeah.
All right. Because earlier they did a summary. Let's
Yeah,
not do summarize. I have 4 questions for you. As we go along, we'll discuss that question. And then if there's any question on the chat, then
I think before you do that, can you please mute some of them? There's some background noises. It's very irritating to the ear.
My co-hosts, can you help to mute everyone except for 3 of us? All right, my co-hosts all woke up. All right. Okay, so I have 3 questions actually. One of you answered earlier. All right. We would like to know your view. The reason we chose past governors for the panelists is because during your year, before your year, after your year, you would have worked in many district projects, or you have been an advisor in many club projects. So your experience and what you have seen and what you have done with them is a lot more. Right. So we would like to hear your view. We saw all the 10 projects on the 5 in the second half, and these ideas are very different. Right, the ideas are different, are new. That's the reason they were shortlisted. So we can put it down to the members' interest for bringing this idea, or a member's strength, skill set, or a group of members, or one member who proposed. All right. So how do clubs who have not done I don't want to use the word anything new, or they have not progressed, they are still doing the same project year in, year out, because it's a signature project. How can they move forward to understand what are the members' skill set, strength, and encourage these members to come forward to propose or take lead? Have you faced such a situation? Have you heard of any like that?
I'll take the first question first. Can you all hear me?
Yes, very clear.
So I think the basic things is that the first thing, whatever project you do, is not be short and nearly project.
Sorry, IPDG, hang on 1 minute, yeah?
There's a lot of echo.
1 minute. I think there are a few others in your room. We can hear echo, so please get them to mute.
Can you hear it?
Okay, now better. Yeah.
Okay, I think the first thing is the club got whether the project is that you must not do a short and dairy project. The project must do a lot of community assessment and all things. Because most of us just do it for the sake of doing. And you can see from all the other projects, they're actually not from club. They are not fantastic big or anything. like earlier, the earlier panelists have said. They're from clubs like Rotary Club of KL, Kampung Baru City Centre, and all these small projects. And the thing is, you have to have the buy-in from the members itself. I think, and from my point of view, that during my years as a governor, I always told that the small club should be led by the bigger club. And you can see that the blessing shelves and for Temerloh, you can see how Temerloh, there's one club, PJ has spent 14,000 odd on the project. And this morning, Victor have gone, because these are the buddy clubs. Whatever they do, the bigger clubs, KL, so the smaller clubs should engage with all these bigger clubs. Some of the small clubs, they have a fundraising problem. Fund has never been a problem. It's a problem how we make use of the networking. Like for instance, the Rotary Club, Petaling Jaya, how the helicopters went in. All because of the buddy system they're coming. So we encourage clubs to actually move out from the shell, move out from your thing, and move to the district, and you have a better connection. That's how I see it as in this way of project, I think.
True. I like the shocks and dairy part. Yeah, which is true. But that member or group of member can come forward, even though it's their personal interest. They can propose to the club, and I really agree with you on the community assessment. Yeah, what the community needs at that time. Yeah, very well said. PDGCT.
Okay, hi Raj. Leo, you need to silent. Hi, the thing is that Leo and I are in the same room, so that's why we have this thing. But before you go forward, I just like to appreciate everybody who is present today. It is Sunday afternoon. We are all supposed to have our siestas, but you guys are all here listening to the wonderful projects that all our clubs are doing. Now, I think the fundamental is this. As long as we apply our 5 avenues or 5 avenues of service in whatever we do, right? That is the basic thing. You know, the avenues of service of club, vocation, international service, community service, international service, and youth, right? If you apply all our avenues of service in whatever projects that you're going to do, you will be able to use the engagement with the clubs themselves. You'll be able to look at what the community needs. You'll be able to look at what your club, how to engage with your club members. And this goes to my favorite area, which is strategic priorities. And I'm glad to see that all the clubs who presented today have included the strategic priorities in their projects, which means that every project that these clubs have presented, they are impactful projects. They have used engagement, whether it's membership engagement, whether it's community engagement, they have added that priority in their planning. They have gone to adapt to the situation. For example, we're having COVID, right? And so they changed their mode to, for example, the blessings shelf. Instead of going around and delivering. So we have this, self-distancing and all that. So the blessings have helped to do that. So they adapt to those changes, right? And of course, the reach out. We reach to the community, we reach to government agencies, and we reach to, all these clubs have sort of used the strategic priorities in the projects. And I think that is also very, very crucial, because by looking at all these fundamentals that Rotary has provided to us as an organization, we use all these tools to carry out our projects. We will never go wrong. I mean, a very good, excellent example, which I really like to sort of emphasize here, is the Rotary Club of Bukit Kiara Sunrise. I remember 11 years ago, they were so determined to, get this REF going. They went through a lot of trials, and they went through a lot of things that, finally, until today, 11 years later, they probably got the formula right. And it became their club signature project. They got members to join in because mentors who joined to become Rotarians, right? They've already expanded it to the district. They've involved other Rotary clubs in. They've got sister clubs involved. So they have gone through 11 years of a lot of trial, and today that signature project speaks for itself. So I think clubs need to look at those things while we do one-off projects, it is good to look at long-term. And I think this long-term would also help clubs to develop a more sustainable membership, not only just on the project, but in terms of membership. So members will look forward to these projects as a continuity of the club, rather than this year we do this and next year we sit down and wait for the next thing to happen, right? So those are the two things. I mean, Rotary has got everything for us, tools for us to use. We just need to use them. We need to apply them in the projects that we carry out. Excellent, all 10 of them, and good ideas, very impactful, and really I congratulate you. And I think I like what Victor said about the home. I think it's all about clubs coming together. If one club found there's a challenge in that community, outreach to other clubs. And I think this is where I like to add on, Raj, what is the weakness that we are having right now? Two things, which I've seen all this. Today we have heard 10 excellent projects because Ghana organized this community service, right? Why are we in a district do not hear of these projects as a district? We should be hearing about these projects very regularly, either on the e-group. I know we have our social media, our FB and your personal FBs and all that. You know, photos are just sending out, but there's no story. Today we heard very interesting stories, how they came about it. And I think it's so important that all these stories, all these projects be shared within our club, within our district, so that it inspires other clubs to do. We don't wait until conferences or wait until sessions like this to project our projects. We need to do it continuously, every week, every day, every time when a club comes up with an interesting project. Victor has got this end home, he needs more clubs come in. Showcase it in our e-group, talk things like this in our e-group. And the other question is, how many of you guys have already posted your projects in Rotary Showcase? If you've seen RI's videos, today we saw fantastic videos done by volunteers, not even you know, professionals that we paid for. You see RI videos, every time we have an event, we project a video that is from China, from Africa, from, you know, some other countries. But RI do not have any library of the videos from our district. They do not have any projects that is from our district. So what they do is, just to have the Asian look, they have this Caribbean, Asian kind of thing. So I think as a district, and this is where I would say the PR committee in the district, you need to take this on and escalate it to RI for us as a district, right? So that's the only way we can share Rotary, share to the community. And I like to add this for Temerloh. If anything in flood in Temerloh, I think the community in Temerloh will just go to RC Temerloh. They have made their name as the service organization for flood in Temerloh. So this is what we clubs need to have, our name in each of the community that we serve.
Yeah, I agree with you. One thing we are lacking in our district is a library, a database. So that's the reason we did the People of Action poster. So now with this showcase, we have few videos, and we will encourage more clubs to, you know, come up with the story. Well said. We need clubs to tell a story, right? And then coincidentally, I got both of you here. I'd like to ask this question. Not many clubs or many projects in the district who collaborates with government agencies or other NGOs. There are, I'm not saying no, but very small percentage, right? Why do you think our Rotary clubs do not look beyond the club or beyond the district to other NGOs or government agencies? I want to ask you, PDG City, because last week you collaborated with Perbadanan Menteri Besar Perak. You know, that's a very good branding for our brand. You know, the few clubs came together. I think Ipoh South, Central Damansara, and Kuala, right? Yeah. And also IPDG Leo, you always seen working with Lions. Yeah. So that's another NGO, right? We are not Pepsi Coke. Don't worry. We are not Manchester United, Liverpool. Right? We are with a common cause to do something good for the community. We are okay to work together. So both of you are very active in collaborating with government agencies or NGO. Right. So is that just happened, or did you plan for it? Or maybe your feedback here can help clubs to start looking at collaboration to make it bigger, the reach.
I think on one hand, I think COVID has sort of some blessings for us. Let's put it this way, right? We cannot rely everything on the government to do. We cannot rely everything on corporate. But the government and the corporate needs partners. And we are excellent partners for them, right? And we have to take that advantage, especially when we have pandemic situations like this, when we have any situations, crisis in the country. This is an excellent time to go out there to your adun, just to your community leader, even forget about going into ministries, that perhaps the district level, which I think we are working at it on our mental health, reaching out to government and all that. But at a community level, go to your simple adun, just your adun in that Subang adun, for example. Michelle is so proactive. Any NGOs comes to her, she is so willing to work with them. So we have to actually open our doors. Again, don't do a Syok Sendiri project. Don't look at what we want to do. Don't look inward, look outward. Look at what the community needs, and the community leaders needs help. So we are, we're a service organization, remember. We are not a charity organization. So go in the head of doing service. And these organizations are willing. I mean, I give you a story about MB Inc., the Perak thing, right? It was just over coffee, and we were just saying, we are doing this project. I mean, we met an officer there. He said, we're just doing a laptop project. And then he said, actually, we are also looking at who can we give these laptops, because we did a project, but my officer just went and gave to the Kampung kids. Anybody they get, they just give it away. I said, our project, we actually identify the student, we screen the student, we make sure we monitor the, so we gave them what we do, right? And how we actually monitor and give the laptop to the right student. So they were impressed with the way we do it. So they say, okay, now we'll channel our funds to you. So we will give you the funds, you manage it, and then just let us know as and when you want to do this delivery thing. So this is what Rotary is very good at. We have an excellent way of, because we believe in accountability. We believe in all those values. Use those values to get engagement with the corporates. They are willing to come up. There are so many, even CIMB has funded blindness. A few of these banks have done it. Use your resources, guys. You have those values. Go out there, don't be shy. They are willing to support you if you can show them that you are accountable to everything you do, right? So this is the best time to do it, because they are short-handed, and go out there, just your own aduns, you will do it.
Thank you. PDG?
So I would like to add in, Siti, you don't mind?
PDG Siti, please unmute.
Okay, the coming things, I think the Rotary relationship with the NGO is very important. I'd like to share with you, like Rotary Club of Tampin is a club. We had a patron who is from the Tunku Besar. He was a former Rotarian, and we said, so whenever we collaborate, they say, oh, this club from the patrons, they always get things. Like this morning, the Blessing Chef, it was launched in Tampin, like Siti said. We were together with the Adon, and the Adon is an EXCO member. So we actually have the Blessing Chef in his service center. It's a win-win situation. He had his thing, so we don't have the small club, so he gets his staff to monitor that shelf, and we visited it. That's how we have to work with the NGO. And I'm sure you always say why I have the connection. But the problem is that each time when we have a project, we try to invite these people here so that they don't have the wrong concession, because in the newspaper, they are writing about Freemasons and all these things. So the main thing is, because you can't very like it or not, most of the government agencies are from the Muslim communities. You can't help it. So we have to educate them that we are not Freemasons. And so they even the DO now, a lady, when we did the end charity run last year, he gave us the stadium free of charge. He get the multi-terra to put up tents and everything, because we are doing something good. So the problem is that we take for granted, and some of them say, oh, very troublesome, that you have to go, and they cannot come to you. Muhammad, you have to go to the mountain. That's very important. You see, that's how you build the public image of thing, and then you can work very well. And I also like to thank Ken to say how we work with the Lions. Early on, everybody doing separately. Doing the Sayang Vision Bilik Clinic, we managed to get all the Lions in Negeri Sembilan to us to come in. And that's it for the information, the Government project. The Lions there is a bit So down, they are the one who invited us. They said, can you please come over and help us to do the project? That's how it's coming. So that the club is dismantled and we are actually getting them to join us. So these are part of the things that there's no such thing as Lions Day. We are all working together for the common good. That's very important. So the club, first thing the club to do is that engage with your local adult, engage with the DO. For every time when there's a new DO in town, we always make it an appointment that we go over and have a house call, like what they think. And we build up the relationship from there. Even the magistrate who come, he say, hey, can we arrange for a meeting? He's telling the club to arrange us for a meeting. Because he knows that from the past the minutes there, he saw the earth there and the NGOs there. So we have to go there, not wait there and for the mountain to come to you. You have to move.
Yeah, the mountain won't come. Yeah, I agree with both of you. But the more people we work with, the more people we meet, it's networking too. It benefits our members, our club.
And one more thing I would like to also share with all the clubs to have a lot of PHF. Recognize your deal with a PHF. If you then I said, what is this PHF? When we told him. So even my patient was so excited. When he goes over to overseas, people don't know about his DPJ, but they know, oh yeah, PHF. He was so proud when he took the photograph of the Rotary Club or meets here. He told me, hey, they don't know my DIPJ, DPJ, Tuanku Paduka, but they know PHF. So in his official portrait, he had the PHF there. So make use of this to recognize your dating and spread the word around.
I think the clubs are a bit worried to read articles and then to make police reports and all that. All right. But I agree. All right. Rather than making police reports and fighting with them, we should invite them or go to them and offer our help. And Tampin, you just shared an example, and Temerloh earlier, President Caroline, the masjid gave them the space, So Rotary is for all. So we must educate them. All right. So my committee just reminded me it's already past 5:30. So I can't ask you another 2 questions, but certainly we should do another showcase, a shorter one maybe, before
make sure you have good time management
now.
From a breakfast up to now, no lunch yet.
That's your council meeting now, give you food. All right. So thank you, PDG City and IPDG Leo, for staying until the end to do this panel session.
Hey, so your governor also here. Huh?
Governor, so thank you, Governor. He have to, no choice. So thank you. And also thank you to all the participants who attended this showcase. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. And I hope we have achieved our objective to share the excellent projects that our clubs do in the district. And as PDG City mentioned, we have to plan to tell our story. To tell the story of your project, to tell the public, strengthen your brand, which will come back to the club, which will come back to the members in terms of membership development. More people will come forward to give you more funds, and more NGOs will collaborate with you, and you get more resources. So you can do bigger project. That one project, you can triple it, quadruple it in phase 2 and phase 3. All right. So with that, thank you again for staying back.
Can I just make a small comment?
Yes, Governor. Yes, Governor.
I think this is okay. I think this is a long but wonderful day for all of us. But I think we should start to actually set up a so-called depository for all our projects, all the clubs of projects. I think have a kind of database. What projects do we have? I think these are wonderful projects, and not just confined to this 10. We have so many other projects. Yeah. So I think this is my recommendation to the district community service chair committee. Let's start to get all the clubs to submit, and we have the portal, set up a depository for all these projects if we can, so that we can always refer and see what projects we have carried out by all the clubs, and they can kind of you can showcase, you can actually, I don't use the word copy, you can actually, so that you have all the expertise, all the skill sets and everything is there. Yeah, do something about it. This is not just the end. I think this is only the beginning. Yeah, do something. I think make it at least for future use or for future reference. I think that should be the way going forward. In fact, that's exactly what the PDGCT talked about. But of course, we have to be more structured, more systematic in getting all these so-called projects into our database. Yeah, all right.
If I may just say, the word is actually sharing best practices. not
Yeah,
copying, sharing
right.
best practices. A database to
Yes.
share best practices.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we can create a page in the portal called Rotary Malaysia 3300
Yes,
Showcase.
yes, something like that.
Yeah,
Look
then we
into
can
it.
send it to the RI Showcase after that.
Okay.
So wonderful, Governor, wonderful. So guys, thank you very much. Fellowship continues. You can unmute and network.